Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Now, today's show is brought to you by Corey being insufferable.
It's a usual occurrence.
If you watched Tuesday's show, you might remember in the second match, Corey playing his new favorite Pioneer deck, which, as you might expect, contains Yorion. This is a cool little four-color brew that has been, making the rounds and doing well in the format. Corey's got his own spin on it. Mm-hmm. Most lists are not playing Luca, from what I can usually see.
Yeah, most lists are not playing Luca, and they're playing Raven's Warning.
Yeah.
Kind of the Christopher Larson. He top-8'd this last Pioneer Challenge, and otherwise, I think his list looks amazing, right? And I'm just not the biggest fan of Raven's Warning. I think, against a heavy aggro metagame, I expect Omen of the Sun to just be a better card, and for the most part it is, but there are applications where it's good, and then he plays Transmogrifies, where, I am starting to play a few, but just in addition, but otherwise pretty close.
I'm kind of with you on the Raven's Warning, by the way, but mainly because in a Yorion deck, I really don't want to give up sideboard slots.
Yeah, I agree, because the biggest thing is, even in this match that we're going to see my sideboard is tailored to have 8 cards that come in this matchup, because I have 4 Chain to the Rocks and I have 4 Anger the Gods that are unplayable in the main deck. So leaving those kind of cards in is just such a liability, and that happens a lot in a lot of matchups. So yeah, I totally agree.
Even more so when you've got to devote 5, 6, 7 slots to target
random stuff that you might use. Yeah. Agreed.
Sometimes you bring a couple of those in, but you never really get those clean sideboarding plans that you might get with 15 cards. Yeah. So because Corey is so hyped on this deck, we decided to, put it through its paces. And I put out the call to Twitter the other night to try to get some ideas from y'all. And thanks, everybody, for sending in your deck lists.
It was a scary thread. Yeah. It was this very scary thread. I'm just looking at that deck. Uh-oh. I'm looking at that deck, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, and, I thought with the, how little time there was between the, y'all being able to get in your deck list and us being able to get them into the show, that maybe I'd get one good deck list from the viewing audience, and I'd fill in 2. Turns out I'm going to be playing 2 of your deck lists, so that's a nice one. But I'm going to be starting with the one non-audience submitted list. This is pretty standard 5-color Niv Mizzet. Yeah. One of the best performing decks in the metagame right now.
Has to be the most winning deck in Pioneer since the bans. Yeah. If you look on Goldfish, you just see like all the prelims that they have, it's like number 1, number 2, 5-color Niv, and then when you get to the challenges and stuff, there's usually 1 or 2, sometimes 3 in the top 8. So the deck is good.
Yes. Yeah. And, has been imbued now with the power of Valky as something you can find off of Bring to Light. Mm-hmm. This is the premier mid-range attrition deck in the format. Yep. Typically, Yorion, Agent of Treachery is good in these matchups. You often end up just taking all of their lands and preventing them from functioning, and then dealing with their battlefield, and now you're pretty far ahead. But we'll see if the extra power from Valky and just the raw power of this deck can compete in the Yorion matchup, and we'll see how important. I'm interested to see how important Azeka's Chariot ends up being, because that's the new addition here from your side.
It is pretty good, yeah. And the funny thing is, I've played this matchup quite a bit, and Valky has resolved, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good, but I get to steal it. But the tilting thing about stealing it is I don't get to use it, because you still get the cards, because I don't have an emblem when it comes into play. So it just sits there and looks pretty for a bit. But and then if I really need to exile a creature to push through damage, I can. But all it is remand. All right, all it is boomerang, because I don't draw a card. But so it's not ideal there. But
yeah, it's nice to have a big, powerful threat that isn't vulnerable vulnerable to being stolen. That usually doesn't happen.
Exactly. I mean, it's still vulnerable. I can still steal it, but I do not get the value. Exactly. Yeah. So it's just a removal spell, which is better than me also getting it. So, yeah. And I'm just going to be playing. I updated my list to what I would be expecting for this weekend. It's small changes from Tuesday, but I played another league when we were getting deck lists submitted, and just to try it out and have some fun. The first match I shared a nice picture with you, and I'm like, you think you can deal with this? It was just me stealing every creature from a Winota deck, and I even got to trigger Winota once. I didn't hit.
Is Agent of Treachery human?
Yes, it is. Well, yeah, that's what they used to go into, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Right. I did miss, but because all my agents were already in play. So I'm just going to be playing that updated list 3 times against these decks.
Yep, and I see marbles on your side. Yes. I've been seeing them a lot lately.
Yeah, I hate to put the pressure on. Your longest streak was 3 weeks. If I win this show, it's a 3-weeker. And then, we're kind of back to parity here. All right, Ross, let's battle. Okay. Well, how's your hand?
Not very good.
Mine is not good either.
I'm going to have a hard time casting the couple removal spells in my hand that are relevant. Mm-hmm. This Valky looks really bad in my opening hand. I don't have any acceleration. I'm going to mulligan this.
I have my 2 landmines, 2 out of 8 landmines in these matchups that are pretty bad against you. Usually chain, you're like, okay, not bad. I can hit Omnath if you're playing that heavy Omnath version. And Niv Mizzet, yeah, because you're playing the 60-card one. I think this one is the best, by the way. The 60-card version, I think, is a lot better. You get to play just very powerful creatures. You get to play more Nivs. But whenever I chain to the rocks or Detention Sphere, Omnath, or Niv Mizzet, it never goes well for me because that deck plays a ton of artifact and enchantment removal that hits chain and Detention Spheres.
Yeah, Abrupt Decay, finding the Old Gods now is a tutor target. That's pretty common.
Nahiri, I mean, it's pretty bad news bears. So, all right, let's try this down to 6.
Good movie.
Bad news, but good movie.
Little Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Homer Simpson's voice was in part modeled after Walter Matthau.
Oh, really? Huh.
If you listen to the very old episodes of The Simpsons, it sounds a lot more Walter Matthau-y. Apparently, that ended up straining Dan Castellaneta's voice, so he sort of switched the voice a little bit.
Is the fun fact still coming, or that was it? Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, then. The sand is much better.
Yeah, mine is good as well. So I think it's one of these cards. Castle isn't that great, or it's just, do I want another creature? And I think I'd rather have a creature. We're going to get rid of Castle.
Okay, I will lead on Rogren Triumph.
All right. I will lead on a Ketri Triumph. Pass to you.
Rootbound Crag, Sylvan Caryatid.
Okay, that's a good one. All right. I will take 2, go with the Birth of Melitus and get a Plains, and pass to you. My famous 3 Plains Birth of Melitus deck.
Yeah. I play Triumph, you play Triumph, I play Wall, you play Wall.
Yep, exactly. Your Wall's a little bit better, though. I'll give you that.
Jerk.
Oops. Dropping magic cards.
I can't imagine playing this card is going to end up well, so I guess I will play a tapped Overgrown Tomb and pass.
Okay, I'm curious what card this would be. Want to tell me?
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're going to untap, we're going to draw, we're going to get an 0-4 wall, then, we're going to have the nice exciting turn of Birth of Melitus.
Got another Plains?
I sure do. I'm going to go get another Plains, play it. Yeah, I think I can play that Plains and then pass to you.
Not the best.
Yes.
Got another Rootbound Crag.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to go with the Niv Mizzet.
The Niv Miz?
Red, green, black, blue, white. Yep.
All right, spin it.
10 cards. 4, 5, 6, 10.
Not the worst, not the best.
Darn, Oath of Kaya Dreadbore, not great.
Okay. Play with those revealed, pretty please.
And it'll be your turn.
Okay. I'm going to draw. I'm going to gain 2 and get another wall.
Brings you to 20.
Yep. And now, yeah, no real choice here. We're just going to transmogrify one of these.
2 transmogrifies in his 80-card deck.
And I had one of them. And I had one. All right, there's Agent. Yeah, I think I want that because you could Dreadbore. I mean, you can kill my stuff, but I can't really kill your Niv. So that's the whole thing. I'll pass to you.
Hoping that Corey was going to have to wait until Luca there, and I'd be able to find some sort of removal spell that would break up, the...
I think you made the right call. It just so happened I had one of the two, but I still think it's correct. If you're up against the normal version where everybody plays 4, you can definitely think about doing something else, but...
So none of the other cards in my hand are actually good, so I will bring to light for 5.
Okay.
And now I could get an extinction event and name Odd and deal with Corey's side of the battlefield, or I can get another Niv Mizzet, draw some more cards. Those are kind of my 2 options here.
Or Tybalt and get rid of this Niv Mizzet, but then it dies as well.
Yeah, that just seems worse than extinction event, right?
I mean, it banks up a Niv Mizzet for you because you get the emblem.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I think that's better than extinction event, but I think it is close.
I think I'm going to go with Niv Mizzet regardless and try to just draw cards. Like this game is going to go on for a while. I think power is going to be just the raw power of what's going on.
Power! All right, sounds good. Spin it.
Probably going to have to discard here. Yeah, I am on 6 cards.
Oh, you got no lands?
Oh, no. Why would I draw lands?
Fair enough.
Some of the cards in my hand are not very good, so...
Yeah, that'll happen game 1. And that'll just happen with Niv. You know, you play a lot of decks just because you want something in that color pie, something in that shard kind of thing.
Okay, we got a Clothis, a Dreadbore, and that's it.
All right. Well, you do have to discard.
Only going to have to discard 1, which is not the worst.
Okay.
What is it going to be?
I know what I want to draw. My hand is not great either.
I am going to... kind of want to discard this Oath of Kaya. It's just the most expensive, clunkiest removal spell in my hand. Yeah, let's discard the Oath.
Good call. All right, untap, gain 2 life.
22.
All right.
Play Luca my wall into another agent.
I wish. My draw is not that good, unfortunately. Now the real question is, what do you have in hand? So I can definitely get punished by casting my spell like I usually do in these situations. But it's also just not the worst. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna chain to the rocks, take your Niv. Usually will backfire on me at some turn, and then I'll attack for 8.
I'll go to 12.
Okay, and... Oops. I'll play other planes and just buy Yorion. Pass to you. Good old Snorian to the hand.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Ross.
So,
Once again, y'all, we do have a little bit of construction going on in the game center. And Ross had enchiladas last night, so.
spinach enchilada.
Okay.
The best cover story.
Yeah. Oh, too good.
Okay, I am going to play the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start by dreadboring the agent.
Dreadboring agent. Okay.
Then dreadbore the Niv-Mizzet.
Okay.
Then pass the turn.
All right. I hope there's not an abrupt decay in your hand. I have an island and a pass.
Okay, on your end step, I'll abrupt decay change to the rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, this Niv-Mizzet back. Traitor.
I knew I'd be regretting this.
Oh, I fan 10. Another Bring to Light, that's great.
Okay.
And another Dreadbore, but that's it.
Okay. Could be worse, but that's still painful.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Not trying to be greedy here. Okay, go to my turn?
Yep.
Okay, pretty easy to just attack for 6 here.
14.
16, right? You were at 22?
Oh, correct.
You shocked yourself once, but gained 4 off the
16, you're right.
And then want to continue making land drops, so I am going to play Yasharn.
Okay.
Let's find my forest and plains.
Okay.
Ooh, right next to each other. That's convenient.
Very nice.
Then I'm going to play the plains and play Clothis.
Okay, and I just know about Dreadbore and Bring to Light, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave those up for you.
And done?
Yep.
All right, end step, I got an Omen. Made a couple of 1/1s here. All right.
Brings you to 18.
Yep. I could sack this Omen as well to try to find, like a Luca, and I kind of think I need to. Blinking this at some point is just going to be okay. Okay. Anger the Gods is definitely on bottom. This card is probably not good enough right now. Yeah, Zika's Chariot, not quite good enough. I'll untap. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. I couldn't play it.
You could do everything in response?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let's just imagine you did that.
All right,
We'll keep track of that.
That was my bad. All right.
Yeah, not really supposed to come up in this matchup.
Agreed. It doesn't hit my lands, right?
It's
non-land, right?
Wait. Yeah, it can't sacrifice non-land permanents.
Okay, cool. I was like, then I just really wrecked myself by leaving myself.
It does say you can't pay life, so the true blue fetch lands would not work.
Oh, okay. But it's can't pay life with non-land, right?
It says can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents.
Okay.
So pay life is separate.
Okay, I'm gonna get a land here. I suppose I want a mountain. Well, I don't have many great options here, but I do have an agent. God, I think it just almost has to just take Niv-Mizzet here. Kind of wish I just took a land last time, but then Niv-Mizzet would probably just be beating me down. Yep, we'll take this and pass to you.
Okay, I will draw. On my draw step, let's exile the agent in your graveyard. Let's think if I want to exile the land, actually.
Okay, if you want to add some.
Yeah, I did not have that option before Corey sacked Fable Passage, so I wasn't really thinking about it.
Yep.
Let's reassess. I have 6 here, 7 with the carry added, 8 with my land drop. I can get up to 9 mana.
Okay.
Is there a reason I would want 9 mana this turn? There actually is.
Okay, you want the Fable Passage? The life usually doesn't matter this much. Cloth is not very good against me.
How vulnerable would that? So there is a reason to do it, but it would leave my Tybalt vulnerable because Corey has 2 power here.
Okay.
So if you were able to remove the Yasharn, you would be able to kill the Tybalt, but do I care much about that? Because I'd have a Niv Mizzet lined up. I'd deal with this. This is why I didn't find the Valky off that first one.
Okay.
It was in my head.
That makes sense.
I imagine that's going to be true a lot.
Yep.
So, yeah, basically I can get to 9 mana and I can Tybalt plus Dreadbore.
Yep.
Exile Niv Mizzet, deal with this. And then have another Niv Mizzet back, and I've got a Bring to Light. Everything looks pretty hunky-dory.
Yep.
Or do I want to try to... The other option is to just do this to deal with Agent, and then deal with Niv Mizzet, and then have the Tybalt back.
You can
that
even
seems
Tybalt
better.
this too, so you can do some stealing. Probably better to do this.
Yeah. If I had more time, if you didn't have the Yorion, and I but I've got to deal with that Agent now.
Yeah.
I think there's a better way to actually do it. So I'm going to not exile the land. I'll exile the Agent.
Okay.
So I'll go to 14, and you'll go to 16.
Yep, 16, 14.
And let's make sure we tap our lands appropriately. I need white, green.
Okay.
Let's do green. Yeah, green this way. I guess I'm playing a land, so green that way. And then 2 more.
All right.
And play Tulsamir.
Okay.
Into Wolves.
Fighting this, I assume?
Yes, so I'll gain 3 life and fight the Agent.
Okay, you're at 17.
Then
it's not looking good.
Then I will Dreadbore my own Niv Mizzet.
Okay.
So I have 2, 4, 5, 6 devotion. So not quite enough for the Klothys, so that's
close.
Fine. I will, however, attack with the Yasharn.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Brings you to 12?
Yep.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right, we need a good draw. It's okay, I guess. Slightly awkward.
You have 4 in hand now?
Yep.
Yeah, they're probably not better than my 4.
Yeah, they're probably not. They are probably not. Okay. It's an Agent. I guess I kind of want to hit Klothys here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give this one to you. That's my last Agent. You can deal with it. And I'm just not really going to have the power to come back on this one.
Yeah. Honestly, I might just extinct. If you took Klothys, I might. Oh, it's not even a creature.
It's not
so I
a
can't
creature. Yeah.
But I think I can pretty easily.
Yeah, your clock is just going to be a little bit too fast. So, yep, you got it. I love getting Chained to the Rocks out of here, so I'm never tempted to chain Niv Mizzet. It's never worked going on the beatdown plan, So I'll be glad to get those out in the board games.
One of the keys there in that game for me was Corey was never able to set up a good Yorion.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really important for me to do as much as I can to deny that. So you saw me killing agents on site, killing the things that you can blink. Make sure that you never really get good value, because that's your big ace in the hole. It's coming along for free. You just shuffled it into your deck.
Oh, yeah.
And it can generate a lot of card advantage in a matchup where card advantage is key. So.
Agreed. And just not being... Honestly, drawing Transmogrify instead of Luca there is a big deal. Because when I can Luca steal something from you, and then you're in that position like, okay, I can't deal with all the creatures. I want to hit Luca, but then I usually have a good Yorion turn, with fires it helps as well. So my draw was a little weak, but you were able to pilot it quite nicely. So we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here between 5-color Niv to Light and 4-color Luca Fires. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between 4-color Luca Fires and 5-color Niv Mythical Magic Action. From my end,
that's the official name, by the way.
That's it, right? Yeah, that's what we labeled it. Excellent. So from my end, just taking out the cards that are really bad in this matchup. The thing is, this is the deck that I expect to play against the most, but that doesn't mean I can skew my deck and take out these, because every other deck is aggro.
Yeah, there's so many aggro decks in Pioneer right now, and if you're a Fires of Invention deck, you
need to survive till turn 4.
Yeah, you're not going to have a ton of cheap interactions. So you need to play some really hard hitters, and
they're both just unreal. I mean, just unreal. Mono Black is the main aggro deck, the best aggro deck, but even Rakdos Arcanist is probably like the second best kind of.
Also, Orza Auras and Chain of the Rocks is great against them.
Anger is not. Their creatures get too big too fast. If you're on the play, you can snag them every once in a while. But yeah, that matchup's tough for that reason. My go-to sweeper is not good against
you
them.
need some free verdict against them.
You really do. So that is a small change that I've been thinking about. But anyways, taking out these, bringing in 3 Elspeth Conquers Death, just phenomenal here. They really come in against only this and the mirror. Otherwise, ECD is not what it used to be in Pioneer right now. It's just the format has just gotten so low to the ground and linear. There's a lot of Lurises, and that just generally makes this card pretty bad. And then nobody else is playing it because they're also on the Transmogrify plan. This is actually good post-board if you're able to deal with Luca, and then getting it back at some point is lights out, you know? And then we got 5 counter spells here. Now, we do still have the awkwardness of having Fires of Invention and counter spells, but there's plenty of times where you either just don't draw fires and you play the control role, or the new cool thing with Mythos of Aluna, you can actually copy your Yorion, blink out fires, and then at end step, Yorion comes back, you blink out fires and have counter magic available on your opponent's turn, which is nice for those key turns.
Yeah, you really only need the counters available for that one turn. Then you cast your counter spell, it's used, and you're so far ahead, the rest of the game doesn't matter.
Exactly. So it's usually worth it. And then Mystical Dispute is actually the best counter spell here, just because you can get Omnath when I buy Yorion on turn 4 or something.
Omnath, Bring to Light, and Niv Mizzet. So for a 5-color deck, it's surprisingly vulnerable to a mono blue counter spell.
Yeah, who would have guessed? All right, what do you got up against me?
On my side, pretty clear 6 cards to bring in here with Thoughtseize, Dovin's Veto, the 1D Spark, and the Rakdos' Return, just all good in this attrition heavy hitter kind of matchup. Bringing out some of our weaker removal spells, in particular Oath of Kaya, the 1 Hour of Devastation. I'm leaving in the Extinction event. I think there are going to be some games where Corey tries to get aggressive with Agent, taking some of my creatures, in particular Niv Mizzet. And then Extinction event on Odd can clean everything up. So I think that's a valuable singleton tutor target. The Hour doesn't do that because it's built not to kill your own Niv Mizzets. That's why it's in the deck.
That is spicy, though. I will say that.
Cutting my the 2 creatures that are more anti-aggro and Kalitas, and Yasharn is mainly here for the Jund Sacrifice matchup. It can be fine in a matchup like this just because you do want to make a lot of land drops. So this is something that I might consider for game 3, and I am leaving in one of the 2 Kolaghan's commands. It's a little bit low impact here, but it can still do something reasonable. Rebuy a Niv Mizzet that you countered, make you discard a card is a fine line. It can destroy an 0/4 wall token that you get from Birth of Melitis, or deal 2 damage to an Omen of the Sun token to break up a Transmogrify or a Luca activation. I don't expect this card to be a haymaker, but leaving in 1 seems fine.
I think this is a proud moment for Ross Merriam right here. He just talked about a line where he played around Omen of the Sun. I'm proud of you.
This is the growth we like to see from people.
It really is. I'm glad I can see you blossom into the young man you are now, playing around Omen of the Sun for the first time in your career. I feel like a proud dad watching you really try out for your first Little League team, and really make it.
As long as you call me a young man, I don't care about the rest.
We got him. All right, Rob, do you got a question for us while we shuffle up for a second game?
I've got a few here. So, first up, actually dealing with the last card you're talking about, the sideboarding there. Kilowog42 asked, with how many lands can possibly get put at the bottom with Niv, and just how much the deck needs lands, would adding another Yasharn or Binding of the Old Gods help more than having a second K command in your main?
So the one thing I will say is the idea of Niv putting lands on the bottom of your deck leading to you drawing fewer lands is not an argument that I buy.
Because it's the same lands technically spread throughout, right?
It's not going to change the variance of the rest of your deck. There are going to be some games where you hit all spells and you leave your deck with more lands. Some games where you put a bunch of lands on the bottom. The argument would then have to be more nuanced, where you say, well, the games where you do put too many lands on the bottom, you need a little bit more help. So you do get, Binding and Yasharn there. That said, I don't think that one card is going to make a huge difference. And right now, Kolaghan's Command seems just pretty well positioned. I think people are prepared to answer your nibs, and so you have high value targets to return and those tutor targets. So anytime Raise Dead as an effect gets more valuable the more high value targets that you have in your deck. This often gets talked about in Limited when you have some bomb creature in your deck and you want either tutors to find it or Raise Dead effects to bring it back. But the same concept or same principle is true in Constructed. And here you have these really powerful tutor targets, Kalitas, Yasharn against Jund Sacrifice, as well as just Niv Mizzet as a great card to return. So I think there's just a lot of value in Kolaghan's Command in this deck. So I'm a pretty big fan of the card.
And I think there's a couple things to always remember about when you should take cards out and stuff. The one plan when it comes to Niv is Kolaghan's Command may not be the best card, but maybe it really needs to fill that Rakdos slot, right? Like, there is Niv Mizzet decks I don't think should be all in like I need 5 Celestia cards, I need 5 Rakdos cards. That's not good. You play cards that are good at the time, and if Binding the Old Gods is better than Kolaghan's Command, then I buy it. But Binding is actually pretty slow. It's 4 mana right now in a quite aggressive format. So I don't like it for that reason. And this deck actually has a lot of 2-drops and then not a ton of 3s, like Oath is okay and stuff. So I think Kolaghan's Command is more of a curve consideration here as well as a color pie consideration. So I think that's the main thing. If the metagame shifts to be a lot slower decks or a lot of Niv mirror matches, Kolaghan's Command is not good, and Binding does seem a little bit better. So I think it's more leaning on that for considerations. We'll take one more if you got it.
Heptagon wanted to know, with the new historic anthology, Death Shadow has been added. How do you think that will impact the format? Do you think there will be any decks that can take advantage of it?
So I have one deck in mind that I think can take advantage of it. I don't know if you saw this. It was Raphael Levy played a mono black deck at the last set championship. And it was with Scourge of the Skyclave, and it just played all black duels, right? To be able to get your life total low, kind of the same thing as Death Shadow. And I could kind of see it going into that kind of shell, but it's crazy how much worse Death Shadow gets without fetch lands. I know it's like, if you play all duels, and there's a decent amount of duels, you're still just taking 1 less damage to yourself, but that 1 damage every time you play a land is actually a pretty big deal. And without having Dismember as well, I don't think Death Shadow is going to be a good card in Historic, personally. But
I don't think it's going to be the kind of card that it is in Modern, where you're playing it as a singleton, really powerful, efficient threat in a deck with a lot of good, cheap disruption. I think it's going to be in shells like the one you described that's really aggressive, that also plays Scourge, and that's going to help mitigate the life loss that you deal to yourself, the fact that you're trying to be the one ahead anyway, and if your opponent's on the back foot, they're not attacking you. So I think it's going to be more of an aggro card than it is a sort of disruptive mid-range card. And it might take a while for people to adapt. I think the temptation is to just say, okay, we know what the template for Death Shadow decks is based on what it is in Modern, but the tools just don't exist to build that kind of deck, especially one around Death Shadow. And so you need to reimagine the card. I would even look into something that's more combo oriented. I'm never sure exactly what cards are in Historic. But if
we could play that game at some point. The fun game of what's in Historic.
But there's a very least Unleash Fury if there isn't Temur Battle Rage, that kind of stuff is something that you might be able to pull off in Historic. Either that or just a very aggressive build like the one you described.
Is Hex Parasite legal?
Okara 115 just mentioned you could play with a Danto Vanguard.
Yeah, there we go. Like an Orzhov aggro with a Danto Vanguard. That would make a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that. But like Hex Parasite is kind of the same thing. A repeatable thing where you can deal yourself damage. Or maybe even like Mardu. Mardu to have that combo finish of doing... you could just Embercleave, right? You could just Embercleave instead of Unleash Fury and be that kind of deck.
There you go. That's the kind of stuff I think you need to be doing with Death Shadow and Historic, not the Thoughtseize you over and over again. Make sure you have nothing. Now I have a 1-mana 5/5.
Yeah, and you'd still play Thoughtseize in that deck, but a Danto Vanguard, okay.
Is Treacherous Blessing also maybe a card?
Nah.
I want to be more aggressive.
Yeah, you want to be more aggressive, but that is interesting as well. But Adanto, chat, whoever did that's a good one.
Also, Chad is telling me that apparently Croakies is playing an Orzhov version right now. So Obviously, it's a Croaky's
Well,
list.
it's the best deck then.
Yeah, well, we knew that because it's a Magic deck.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that could be sweet too.
Yeah, Croaky's built both of these decks too.
Yeah. Croaky's actually just built me. You know?
Yeah.
I was engineered by Croaky's in the lab.
Croaky's your father?
Croaky's is, yeah. This is my time to announce this to the world.
We're gonna get off the show. The hashtag Croaky's is my father is gonna be trending.
Yes. Let's hope so. All right, great questions, everyone. Keep them coming in. I will be going first. All right. Well, this hand is awful. I will mulligan. Not a chance.
Every time I look at a hand in this deck that doesn't have Sylvan Curry added, I'm just like, ugh, how do I cast my spell?
Yeah, Sylvan Curry added is a big card in that deck. That's for sure.
So I have a 2-line hand on the draw that can cast exactly one spell that's in my hand.
Yep.
It's a good spell. And I'm, not that far away from casting the other cards.
Okay. I like that.
On the draw. Oh, am I Corey keeping this?
Corey, keep it.
God, you start playing mid-range decks and this kind of stuff just happens to you. I kind of think this is a keep. I'm going to go for it.
I like it. No guts, no glory.
How quickly would Corey have kept this hand, Rob?
Immediately.
Immediately. I like that. I'm on the play here. This hand is also not good, but instead of going to 5, I'm going to keep this one. And then I'll play So it's interesting to keep this. I actually don't have to do this right away.
Don't worry, Ross. I'll give a chance.
And I'll pass.
Okay. I'll play an Overgrown Tomb Tap.
Okay.
I also don't like starting on a non-trial land.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with... Just going to go with the plains and I'll pass to you.
Was this good?
That's probably good, yes.
I'll play Island Sylvan Curry added.
Good call.
Pass the turn. Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
Everything's coming up, Ross Merriam, and I'm just drawing like trash over here.
They even remembered my name. Real House.
I will take 2 and pass to you.
And Corey's just like Ralph on the bus. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. My deck's like, I won't be helping you.
Corey Corey at 18, but I can't imagine this card resolving. But what else? Like, I'm not doing anything else with my mana. I'm just kind of a tap out deck. Like, I don't think I'm playing around the counterspell.
Okay.
Corey could have Corey could have end of turn Omen, untap Transmogrify. That's the other option.
I could.
But I think I just have to tap out. I'm going to play Omnath. Blue, white, green, red.
Omnath, huh? That's a pretty good one. Yeah, that resolves.
Draw him a card.
Okay.
Hopefully I untap with this Omnath.
And step on cycle.
Okay. Similar.
I got a 1/1. I will draw a card. That is the biggest tilt. Draw. Oh my god, I'm so punished. So punished.
Everything's coming up.
I'll attack for 1.
I'm at 19.
Yeah, I just got punished on every avenue here.
Now we just need the Fabled passage.
Yeah, I'll play this and pass to you.
So far, my draws this game have been Island, Sylvan Curry, added Omnath.
Impressive.
Fabled passage, please. Oh, it wasn't Fabled passage.
That would have been awesome, actually.
Now, because I feel ahead with this Omnath, I think we can just kind of hold up.
Oh, Gusher boy, coming at me.
So play at Sun Petal Grove, gain 4.
Okay.
At 23, then I'll attack for 4.
Okay, I will take it, down to 14.
Yep. And then I will just play another Sylvan Curry added.
Okay.
And I will then pass the turn.
Okay, end step, I have a cycle. Kept a land-heavy hand, and I have continued to draw lands.
I feel like we need a disclaimer at the beginning of this video that like Corey keeping will not actually bring you tournament success.
Yes. That would be smart.
What are you saying? I Corey kept and everything's going great. What this game is showing you is the 2 sides of the Corey keep.
This is unreal. Mine was a mulligan. I had to keep it. I will play Azeka's Chariot.
That is not going to resolve.
Okay. All right. Sure. I will play a land and attack for 1.
That's fine. Brings me to 22.
Your go. My hand's pretty solid right now. Wow.
We were a turn off.
You are doing it.
Fatal Passage, gain 4. Sack Fatal Passage. Get 4 mana.
That's what I get for talking trash to Ross about my cool Pioneer unbeatable deck, huh?
Let's get a swamp.
To be fair, Ross has looked good in the first match for a few weeks now, and then it's just collapsed. So you know,
you're right. Let's hope that's the case. Except his decks get progressively better against my deck. So this was the one that the matchup is pretty decent.
Okay, so I'll go to 26. I will use the 4 mana floating from Omnath and the swamp to cast a Niv Mizzet.
Okay.
Everything's fine. Yeah, now he's the everything's fine meme.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay, 10 cards. I get an Abrupt Decay. I get a Bring to Light. I get a Dreadbore.
Jesus.
I can get Dreadbore or Kolaghan's Command.
Okay, command.
Which one is better? I'm getting an Abrupt Decay.
Chat saying getting some Seth Manfield energy here from Ross.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, the thing about Corey keeps, and of course, the initial teacher of these wise philosophies is Seth Money Manfield, is that when you keep a hand like that, when you draw out of it, your hand is nice.
Yeah. Then I'll play Tolsimir and fight your Shark token and gain 3 more life. I'll go to 29.
Okay.
Then I'll attack for 4, put you to 10.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Have my draws been good? All right, on time. I kept an opener. I kept a 6-land Shark Typhoon on the play, and then I just cycled and drew lands every turn in 1 Chariot.
Well, I kept a 2-lander on the draw.
Yeah.
I think my hand was... the awkwardness was it was this, so I couldn't cast the Dovin's Veto, but I could cast a V-Spark. I remember it was these 2, Extinction Event, Tolsimir, Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, and the thing I got punished on the most is I decided to not play Ketria Triumph on the first turn to actually cycle it, and then I drew Azeka's Chariot on turn 4, and then couldn't cast it. And then you had mana open, so then it couldn't resolve. So we got time for a pity game here, but Ross will be taking down the first match.
And so my draws were Island to start. That's good. Then Caryatid.
Yep.
Then Omnath, draw another land. That's great.
Yeah. Then Fabled Passage to do it all.
Fabled Passage to go off the Omnath.
See? Have you learned your lesson? Keep some bad hands from now on. It's more fun when you
draw
do
really well.
Yeah. All right, Rob, you got a question for us while we shuffle up for our pity game here?
Yeah, we had another question about the sideboarding and whether or not you thought it would be worth it to keep in the other K command because of Azeka's Chariot, or if you're just not worried about it because of
that is a good one.
That is a good point.
Yeah. Azeka's Chariot's a nice target there.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we should probably have both K commands in the deck. What am I cutting then?
You don't get the kill both cats kind of thing, but you get one and the Chariot, and that's good. Yeah.
The comment was wondering about specifically Klothys, if Klothys was better or worse than
yeah, Klothys is not good.
The K command.
I do have ECD, so it does get better post board, but it's not. Whenever my opponent plays that for their turn, I'm like, yes, that sounds great.
Yeah. Kind of a low impact card. I can see cutting that.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. So I'm going to go first on this pity game, and I'm going to destroy you now, though, okay?
Whatever. I got the match.
That's true. That's
that winning attitude.
Yeah. Ross is on a roll. It's on a roll. God, my hands have just been so janky. This one's not awful. We at least have some things to do. So I'm going to keep, but yeah, it's still pretty awkward.
And my hand, well, it's pretty land heavy, but I'm inclined to keep hands like that with this deck. And I have some interaction, so I'll keep.
Alrighty, your go.
Interesting decision here as to whether or not I want to play the Triome or wait and try to cycle it later on.
Okay.
I think given what I've drawn, I actually want to cycle it. So I'm going to start on a very awkward Rootbound Crag.
All right. The good old Crag. All right. I just have a land tap. Past you.
That is a little more awkward. I'll play Island Caryatid.
Okay, of course.
Turn.
And right on time. I will play a Steam Vents tapped and pass to you.
I have a Plains and a pass of the turn.
I have an Omen. Haven't drawn that card.
Yeah.
Results?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not a bad card to keep here on the top. Bottom the other one. Draw this. Untap. A draw. All right. Let's go with a Hinterland Harbor, and I'll go for a Fires of Invention.
Fires resolves.
Okay, then we'll go with the Cadillac, Azeka's Chariot.
That also resolves.
Pass to you. All right, my draws have been nicer
I
now.
will cycle Rogrin Triumph.
Yeah, all right. Kind of doing the opposite stuff of each other last game.
Yeah. Ugh. That is a big oof. You have 3 in hand?
I have 4.
4.
4 cards. They're all busted.
I guess we'll make sure I can actually get a land off of this.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the,
Yeah, you should have one of every color.
Yep. I'm gonna get the swamp.
Okay. And I am at 20, and you're at 20 as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting pretty close to not having targets.
Yeah, there we go. It's a pretty nice mountain you got in there in your hand there, buddy.
Poor Corey thinks I have a mountain.
Sorry, the forest.
Now you're doing better.
Okay.
I'm going to have to bind this chariot because that's going to be too much pressure.
Okay.
Doesn't feel great.
Okay. It's dead.
And then I'll pass.
Okay. I will untap. Draw. Now, got some options. Got a castle.
Rogrin Triumph being the plains.
Attack with 2 cats. Okay.
Block.
Take 2.
I'm at 18.
Okay. Second main. I will try to transmogrify the cat.
Oh, it's like Mythos of a Lunar Cat. That doesn't seem like a great play.
Not as great, yeah.
1 mana 2/2.
But the transmogrify is a little better.
Yeah, I do not have 1 mana interaction.
Oh, yeah, you're dead. I was hoping you didn't. I mean, you have Fatal Push. I don't know if you have it in your list at the moment, but.
I have it in the list, but they are in the sideboard.
Okay. So, let's go with...
Yeah, I think this is going to be...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm actually searching through this, but whatever.
Sure.
Not that it matters too much. I will...
You're basically
shuffle.
searching for it.
Pretty much. Sorry, y'all. I got so excited. All right, give me that Rootbound, Craig.
I mean, to be fair, Arena just does it for
Buy
you.
the Yorion. Cast it.
I got better plays.
You can do even better. That's not good for me.
I will Mythos of Aluna this. Make a Benny Smith. Give me that island. And then I will buy Yorion, and I'll pass to you.
Setting up so that when Corey blinks next turn with the Yorion, have all his mana untapped to use.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Hey, you get a duel here, bud.
I do get a land, so that's nice. I will get... Gauntlet Triumph doesn't seem good because I have Swamp and...
Yep. Might need a little different help with that one.
Yeah, Ketria, that's the one I'm looking for.
Okay.
And I do have an answer to the agent.
Which one? Mr. Anderson or Agent
The one you can blink with Yorion.
Oh, okay. That's a good call.
Yeah. It's not great, but it's what I can do. So I'll make red and Dreadbore the real agent. Then I will play this forest and play another Caryatid.
Okay.
And then pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap. I'll draw. I'll play a land. I'll attack for 4.
I'll block the cat. Go to 16.
Okay. Then I'll go with Agent of Treachery on this. Then I'll go with Yorion. Blink on these. And then I will move to my end step, draw 3 cards, bring these back. I'll steal this. I will Omen. Ooh, I'll keep that on top. So I'll draw a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, here you go.
You got 5 in hand?
I do have 5 in hand.
Okay. My Sylvan Caryatids have Death Touch.
Okay, good.
I will Sack Fable Passage, got the mountain.
Okay.
The last basic in my deck. I will Rakdos' Return You for 3.
Okay. Not bad.
Brings you to 17.
Not great, but...
Yeah, well, you've taken 4 of my lands. Otherwise, it would have been better.
Okay, done.
Yeah, you've taken 4 of my lands and drawn 4 extra cards.
And I'm about to draw some more.
Yeah, about to draw 6 more. That's fine.
7, my draw step. Let's not get too cray.
Well, 6 extras.
Yeah,
the draw step you get for free.
All right, I'll attack.
That's an attack for 11.
Yep.
Brings me to 5.
Okay, I'll play Luca. Get rid of this. Give me another land.
You also messed up because your mouth wasn't set.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because I only have 3 lands.
I mean, not that it matters in this game, but
that's all right. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you have an extra card in your hand.
I'll allow it.
Let's take pity on Ross for this game at least.
For this game, yeah.
My hand is 2 more triumphs.
It's got to be before 1 or before 2. We can stretch this. Wouldn't you agree?
No. No, I would not agree.
Every time Ross wants to stretch it, we're like, all right, sure.
If we needed to play 2 more games of this matchup, we would go to 2:30 and we wouldn't have time for anything. And you know it.
Whatever.
Look, Corey, you get to keep playing the same deck, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, we'll let Rob be the judge. Rob, should we play a 4th game?
No.
It's always on your side. What a voice of reason. All right, well, that was more what I was supposed to be doing in this matchup.
Yeah,
that seemed a little bit better.
Yeah. Taking the land, stopping me from doing anything. I kept the kind of land heavy hand. I had, Caryatid Dreadbore 5 lands with a Triome that I planned to cycle, and drew a couple more lands and got run over.
Run over nicely, yeah.
In game 2, you saw both sides of the Corey Keep from the 2 of us.
Yep.
Across games 2 and 3, I saw both sides of the Corey Keep.
Yeah. I don't know, though. I still think I stand by my keep on 6, like just 5 land shark with a cycle land and a shark on the play. I guess I, could still get 3 land
Corey
fire.
Keeps aren't necessarily mistakes.
Yeah,
They're just loose hands that you keep.
That's true, and I got punished. That's all right. But I honestly could have mulliganed that one in hopes for something
basically
a little bit
any
better,
hand that you keep that Martin Juza would never keep in a million years.
Yeah.
That's the Corey Keep range.
Okay, I like that. That's a good range. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for round number 1. Ross taking that down. What do you got up against me and X? Now we're into audience submitted decks.
Yes, this will be the first audience submitted deck, and it is a familiar deck with a bit of a twist. It'll be Bant Spirits, but with Elvish Mystic, kind of playing the role of Noble Hierarch from the modern version of the deck.
Okay, counter spells, not a fan. So we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Yorion Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob, we've taken all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns. Make sure to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite questions or comments sent over to us. All right, everybody, today we are having a nice little Pioneer Gauntlet show of a deck that I'm quite a big fan of. I've had some good success. Only played 1 tournament with it, and I trashed my tournament by double queuing a couple mock showcases. I don't recommend that.
A little too close to the sun.
I flew a little too close to the sun, absolutely. But other than that, I've been having some good success in leagues and stuff, and I actually did this deck for my dropping bombs this week. If you want to check that out, that will be live. I had a nice little result on there. I won't spoil it for anyone, but it was a pretty good show.
Sounds like an 03 to me.
It was an 03, absolutely. Yep. A great video. So now we just had the idea that Ross was going to bring some decks up against me that should have good matchups against it, and see if this deck can kind of beat through the power. So far, Niv Mizzet took me down with a little bit of awkward draws. Normally not a bad matchup, but definitely can go either way.
I think that's a matchup where you have a very clear game plan, and if you execute that game plan, are able to trigger Agent several times, take my lands, and stunt my own development, you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah.
But if you have to play that normal, just mid-range against mid-range game plan, the Niv Mizzet deck is going to be favored.
Niv Mizzet is usually kind of the the best mid-range deck you can have right now. But just you draw so many cards, and
and you were able to do that in game 3. You weren't able to do it in games 1 and 2. Game 2 mainly due to your draw. Game 1 a little bit due to your draw, but also if from my point of view, I understood that side of the matchup, was able to just target those agents, stop you from getting value off the Yorion.
Exactly. No, and I was drawing agents instead of Lucas. That's a big problem.
Yeah, I think you drew 2 out of the 3.
I drew all 3, or no, I transmogrified 1.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now we're going to be running into match 2, where you got a nice little Spirit Shell, just pressure and counterspell. Usually a great recipe against these style of fire stacks.
And this was a list that was submitted via Twitter, so thank you. Their name, Rob, can you pull up their name?
Give them a shout out in a bit.
Give them a shout out because they deserve it. When I saw the list, I was really intrigued because it is pretty typical Bant Spirits, but it's playing 4 copies of Llanowar Elves in the 1-drop spot, no Spectral Sailors, and that to me is really appealing because I know Noble Hierarch is one of the best cards in Bant Spirits in Modern. It's just a deck that really takes advantage of that extra mana to push the tempo on the early turns of the game. Get to your 3-drops, get to your collected companies. Spellqueller can sometimes be a little awkward on the draw because you're holding it up on turn 3, your opponent's getting to turn 4, maybe they can double spell against it, 3-drop into Bolt in Modern or something like that. And here, when you're casting it on turn 2, now you can untap and have protection for it. Just everything plays out a lot smoother when you're ahead on mana against your opponent. So Elvish Mystic or Llanowar Elves or Elvish Mystic, they're the same. Makes a lot of sense here, and I think it would not have fit with the mana base that the deck had previously. But now that you have pathways, you can make the mana base work where you have enough turn 1 green sources. Before it was really light on green because it was really just a blue-white deck that was splashing collected company.
Kind of awkward with pathway, and if you start with Llanowar Elf and then have Spellqueller, it doesn't really work out that way. But I'm sure you still have just Breeding Pools, Temple Gardens as well.
Yes. So that one sequence can be a bit awkward, but really just getting to your collected companies, getting to your even like Nebelgast Herald on turn 2. Can be really helpful, especially against aggressive decks. Not so helpful here, but like Corey said, the combination of pressure and counter spells is just a classic way to beat up on slow sorcery speed mid-range decks. I don't have a ton of counter spells because my Mausoleum Wanderers aren't particularly good. It's really just Spellqueller, Locked in Isle in the main, got some disputes in the sideboard, but hopefully that's enough, especially with the rattle chains, to keep you off balance.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to it. I gotta win the next 2 to maintain my marbles.
Real quick, just the person who submitted, Andre Segara.
All right, shout out.
Andre.
The lists all looked really good. They all looked very terrifying, because we did ask for decks that look good against my deck, but okay, this is slightly awkward, but this card is not bad in this matchup, so I will keep.
Okay, no Llanowar Elves in this hand, but we got a nice little curve, so I'm going to keep.
Okay, I will start with a Country Triumph and pass to you.
Okay, that was a good draw. I will start with a Mystigate Pathway.
Okay.
And a Mausoleum Wanderer.
Mausoleum, all right. All right, we are just going to deal with this while we can. Chain that to the rocks. I'm guessing you have no way to
Not in the main.
Bring them back. Okay, pass to you, just so we don't have to put them underneath this land.
Okay, I'm going to go to 18 and play a Supreme Phantom.
Okay, yeah, you had 18. Done.
Turn.
Untap. That's a pretty sweet draw. I'll chain to the rocks that as well. And I think I'm going to play this now to avoid getting it taken. And I don't want either of these planeses. And I'll draw. Pass to you.
Okay, I'll play a Branchloft Pathway and pass.
Okay. I will draw a magical card. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Things are going well. With 3 mana open, I don't really want to play into a Spellqueller here. So I think I'm just going to go Sacred Foundry tapped and buy Yorion.
Okay, I'm going to play a Rattle Chains on your end step.
Okay.
And attack for 2. 18. Pass the turn.
All right. Untap draw. That's a quick read. Okay. Now you can definitely still just have like Lofty Denial for my Yorion. You know about it, so you know I can easily jam it here.
You know how much you like jamming.
I do enjoy the jams.
Would you say you prefer slow jams or fast jams?
I like a little of both. A little column A, a little column B.
A little rise and fall in that mixtape.
Yeah.
How's the saxophone lessons coming?
You know, I do own a saxophone. Saxophone is hard. I am going to try to jam this turn because if you have the counter spell, it's like, it's fine, you know?
Yeah, you know, I did this in the last match with the Niv Visit deck, and when it's like, I don't have any way to really play around counter spells. You just gotta play through them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for me, I don't have it. So Yorion resolves.
So now I could try to give you some of these. Like it does get pretty brutal. The only thing I'm considering is giving you Mausoleum Wanderer to try to hit this. But if you have another Rattle Change, it gets me. Or that's like the only main one. And that's not that big of a deal if you have it back. Because it is only Rattle Change that give it, right? Target Spirit, okay. Yeah, I will blink out the one that is holding this. End step, they come back.
Okay, I'll Rattle Change the Mausoleum Wanderer. Or Rattle Change the one you target, I mean.
Okay, I was going to say I'll target the other one. Yeah, okay, so this is an empty one then, we'll say, and I get to scry. Yeah, I'll keep these and pass to you.
Double tops.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like that draw. I will play a Henge-Gate Pathway and pass the turn.
Henge-Gate Pathway, eh?
Yorion's certainly annoying here.
Yep. Alright. I think I just want to play a land. I gotta expect Collected Company is in my future here. So, yeah, I'll just pass to you.
Passing to me, eh?
Pass to you. Gotta hold up my counter spells here.
So Shark Typhoon is a good possibility here. I'm gonna play an Empyrean Eagle on the end step.
Okay, you got it.
I would like to go to my turn then.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I will pass the turn.
All right, I'm gonna search for a land, and I do have a 4/4 Shark. Now, I think I want to get a mountain here. All right, tap all these. A draw. Untap. A draw. Okay. Want to go with a Anger the Gods?
I will respond with a Supreme Phantom.
Supreme Phantom, eh? Okay, that resolves.
I will then respond with a Supreme Phantom.
Okay, that resolves. This does not much. Doesn't kill anything.
So right now it doesn't kill anything. I'm a little worried about a third Chain to the Rocks.
Okay.
If Corey had one of those, it would destroy my entire battlefield.
Would it?
Or not my entire. It would destroy the two Rattle Chains.
Yeah.
And an Anthem. So he would get Empyrean Eagle and both Rattle Chains.
Yep.
For a Chain to the Rocks, which I mean that would essentially be the game.
Okay.
So I can sacrifice the Mausoleum Wanderer now, which is currently a 6/6, to just counter the Anger outright, and then I won't have to worry about it. You have not played a land this turn, correct?
I have not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, because so that is a possibility.
Okay.
Then, you're 18. You haven't chained anything in a while. Would you have chained anything earlier? I guess last turn you tapped out, so you wouldn't have chained that turn. The turn before you Yorion, you wouldn't have chained that turn. But it is third chain.
That'd be off the chain.
And if you had second untapped red source, second anger, then the Wanderer would counter the second one if I let this one resolve, so that's fine. I am going to take the risk. I think I'm behind and just let the anger resolve.
Okay. I will play Chained to the Rocks. You had it figured out, buddy. You had it figured out. Okay, so I'll put that there, and I think I will play Ketria Triumph, and then I'll pass to you. Should have trusted your instincts.
I'll pass.
Okay. Untap. A draw. It's an interesting one.
Probably costing me the game.
All right. Now, what do we want to do? We got some options. Still could have Company, Queller, Lofty Denial as your options here. That's a 3/3. Let's go with Stall. Will I figure out what I'm doing? Okay. I'm going to Mythos Yorion.
Yeah, there, sure. And you're paying red-green.
Playing red-green, yep.
Okay, I think if this was just a Yorion that was essentially just blinking the Omen twice, I wouldn't. I guess it would also. You have a blank
I have a
chain
blank
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blank chain is the.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice
This
part.
is too much to try to let resolve. So I've got to quell it.
Okay, Queller resolves, and then I'm gonna just do this now. I'm just gonna cycle in case we hit a land we want to play, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, that is sort of what I needed to hit. It's just the land, but I get to play Nebelgast Herald, tap down Yorion.
Okay.
Play Shacklegeist, tap down the Shark.
Okay.
And attack for 5, 4, and 2, so 13.
All right, that's strong. Down to 5.
You can go.
Okay, tapping the spirits there is pretty nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
I do have a thing. It's not insane or anything, but let's see.
Probably would have just been dead if I had countered the Anger of the Gods.
Probably. 3,
5. This was a 5. These would have been 4. I guess you would have had 3 less life.
I'll go with a Luca.
Yeah, I'm.
So it's kind of brutal. You can tap, right?
I can tap one thing.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
If I draw a spirit, I'll get to tap another thing.
And the main thing is I don't get an untapped creature of yours to block.
Yes. And the agent does, and you turn a blocker into a non-blocker.
Yep.
But you do take an attacker.
Yeah, but you can actually just... I'm not going to have any blockers by the end of this. So I actually don't think I can even play this because I'm just dead to that. So
I mean, you might be dead anyway, but it does reduce the amount I'm attacking by.
Yeah, but you just get to attack with that. Right? Because you get to tap down both of these essentially because I have to get rid of one.
Oh, yeah.
So
if that's all you have, that's not enough.
Yeah. Okay. So I do just have a cycle to try to find something else here, but I don't think that's going to be enough either. So cycle.
At this point, another Anger's probably not good because this is a 3/3 Wanderer.
Yeah. And now I got the fires, but a little late. And I'm just dead. Drew too much gas there at the end and not enough in those middling turns. So GG, well played. Ooh. That was a good one.
Yeah, I had when I drew the Shaco guys, it was great. Now I can get through this Yorion, and from those turns on, you kept doing things that made me react. Like I played the other rattle chains, I played some other stuff.
Yep.
I never got to tap things down. But that's one really strong aspect of Spirits is that it turns the corner in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh, that was too good. I really thought with the Anger chain, when I cast Anger, I had chain as well. Or I cast them both, never mind.
Yeah.
But I really thought that was going to get spell quellered, and then I was just going to chain the spell queller, but double Lord was a little bit too much for me to deal with there.
I had a pretty strong draw.
Yep. All right, everyone, that is going to do it here for game number 1. We're going to head to the sideboard and see if I can do anything about these little flying spirits. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between 4-color Luca Fires and Bant Spirits. From my end, taking out Narsets, just the against normal aggro decks, it's completely fine to just know when you want to play this and when you don't. If there's creatures on the battlefield and it's only going to get one activation, usually wait and try to deal with creatures first. But here, I don't know what you're going to play because you get to play at instant speed. So it's a huge liability to be bringing in when I myself do not have instant speed removal. So that's pretty much the only thing I for sure needed to get out of my deck. And so these 3 cards are all great. Couple Disputes, Supreme Verdict, and then just bringing in 1 ECD just to get the 4th Narset out of there.
Yeah, it's just the next best card in the
Exactly, yep.
On my side, I definitely want my own Disputes, extra counter spells, and Knight of Autumn seems quite good when you're playing Fire's Invention and Chain to the Rocks. I don't care as much about Azeka's Chariot, but if you do have a lot of cheap removal early, maybe like a Chain and a Mystical Dispute to keep me off balance, Chariot could let you get aggressive. Killing that is not worth nothing.
Yep.
So bring in the Knights too. I'm cutting all of the anti-aggro cards in Nebelgast Herald and Shaco Geist. We did see these cards be pretty relevant in game 1, so I'm worried I need to leave in some number of them, but I do think they're the worst cards in the deck. I will reevaluate for game 3 should I need to, but I'm hoping that if I employ my normal game plan, I'm gonna keep most of those flyers off the battlefield. Because your flying blockers are the Yorion that is easy to see coming and counter, or stealing one of my own creatures and blocking with it. I rattle chains and other counter spells to stop that.
Shark's the only thing that's really good against you.
And oftentimes I'm getting so far underneath you that it's hard for you to get to the point where the Shark is really doing anything more than trading for a creature.
Exactly, or if I finally have time to make a big Shark, you're fine just chump attacking, just going all in, wide, losing 1, and then just killing me in 2 turns, kind of like you did there. So that makes sense. All right, Rob, you got a question while we shuffle up for our second game?
Yeah, we had one about one of Ross's favorite types of decks. Ross, you said in the last show that not many decks are countering stuff and instead are relying on Thoughtseize, etc. Could this be a good time to try a tempo style deck like Mono Blue? It has been 5-0ing leagues pretty regularly and seems sweet.
Count you in. Curious Obsession?
If few people love Mono Blue more than I do, my worry with that deck is these low to the ground aggro decks. The Mono Black aggros and the Orzhov Auras.
Good luck with Arcanist too.
And Arcanist too. That's not necessarily an aggressive deck, but it's a very low to the ground deck. All its spells are super cheap, and that's what worries you when you're a tempo deck. You don't want your opponent to have a bunch of super cheap spells too, because it's so hard to get underneath them.
Fatal Push is a scary card to play against in those style of decks, that's for sure.
And that's really, we could have gone more in depth. That's why you don't see a ton of heavy counterspell decks around. It's because of those powerful aggro decks. There's already a lot of punishment that exists in the metagame. So these decks that are weak to counterspells but have strong anti-aggro elements like Anger of the Gods, end up thriving because they have the tools to deal with aggro, and the aggro decks are powerful enough to still suppress your natural predators.
That's perfectly said. I think this deck is awesome right now, but it's a product of the metagame. I think this will always be a deck that will be around, but it will not always be the best deck if a metagame adjusts as healthily as Standard does right now, aka if enough people are playing the format. Because I do think, if aggro starts to go down because these Niv Mizzet and Luca decks are really preying on them, then you will see those style of decks. You'll see Bant Spirits, you'll see maybe these Lotus Field combo decks and all this stuff that take advantage of these mid-range decks. if aggro starts to go away, and then aggro naturally comes back, and we'll just kind of go through that rotation.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten to that point in the metagame cycle.
Yeah, everything's still so new. Everyone's just playing the decks they like, and aggro's still doing well. It's still winning events and stuff. So yeah.
Now, when you contrast that to Bant Spirits, a deck that still doesn't like to play against the super aggressive decks. It likes to play from ahead, but Collected Company, 8 Anthem creatures, Nevilleghast Herald, Shacklegeist do give you a significant amount of game in those matchups, able to control the battlefield, play in combat, win races, all those things that you need to win aggressive mirrors.
Yeah.
So Bant Spirits is much more set up to be balanced across the metagame. It still has the tools, maybe not as good of a matchup as Mono Blue would have in these, slow mid-range matchups, but is significantly better in the aggro matchups.
Agreed.
And then that spread makes it a significantly better choice.
It's a little bit more multi-dimensional deck as well. Mono Blue always just does the thing, and usually that thing is pretty powerful, but not always. So, yeah. Okay, I'm on the play. This hand's perfectly fine. It looks kind of awkward and kind of weak, but it is usually a pretty strong card. Your hand's excellent, huh? All right, I got to catch your Triumph, and I'll pass to
I'm just excited because I have Llanowar Elves, so I'll go to 18 for a breeding pool.
Yes.
We'll get to see what this card can do.
You are a Llanowar Elf lover. I'll play this and pass to you.
Also, Ross, one other question about the Bant Spirits deck. Do you think that Masked Vandal is a consideration over Knight of Autumn?
That's interesting. A little bit cheaper. It gets pumped. It doesn't get pumped by Empyrean Eagle, but it'll get pumped by Supreme Phantom.
You gotta have a creature die though. That's the problem.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's a consideration. I also think Knight of Autumn can be really important in specifically like the Boros Burn matchup where you just play this 2-1 that gains 4 life. I would think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a split too. Yeah.
Let's play Hengate Pathway and Empyrean Eagle.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
The old Llanowar Elf Empyrean Eagle deck, huh?
Yeah.
I see you. Okay.
If you didn't see him, Corey, I'd want you to get your vision checked.
Yes. Okay, what do I want to be doing here? Let's go with... Yeah, I'll go with the Glacial Fortress, and I'll pass to you.
Excellent. I am going to go to 16 for a Hallowed Fountain.
Okay.
And I will attack for 2.
I'll take it. 18.
Pass the turn.
End step, I will... what exactly do I want to do here? End step, I will cycle a Triumph.
Love that.
Love it. All right, untap, draw.
I was worried about, like 1/1 Shark or Omen of the Sea just to make me have to really worry about Luca and Transmogrify.
Yep.
Now Corey's going to need a little bit more.
All right, so I'm going to go with an attempt at Fires of Invention.
An attempt at Fires of Invention, he says.
Yes.
Yeah, that resolves.
Okay. And what do I want my follow-up to be? Yeah, I'll just go with Anger.
Anger of the Gods, he says.
Hope for the best.
Okay, well, I am going to respond to that.
Okay.
And I'm going to respond with a Rattle Chains.
Okay, I was going to say respond with a Collected Company. That would be that'd be nice.
Target the Empyrean Eagle.
Okay.
Then I'm going to respond still with Mausoleum Wanderer, which now is Flash.
Spicy.
And I'll sack and counter unless you pay 1.
All right, that was disgusting. Pass to you. That was disgusting.
Okay, now I will shock in Breeding Pool, go to 14.
Okay.
I will make green white and play Knight of Autumn, blow up the Fires of Invention.
Oh my god!
Then I'll attack you for 5.
I'm so dead.
You go to 13.
13.
Pass the turn.
Wow. Okay. That's game. Dang it, I was going to have a good turn. But now I am just so dead. I'll pass to you.
Nothing. Okay. Okay, I see you. So we can get a 2/2 Shark here. Yeah, I will not attack with the Llanowar Elves. Just attack with the other 3.
I'll make a 2/2 Shark.
Where are we blocking?
That's a good question. So if I block here, that's like the assured I'm going to kill it. If I block here and you have a Lord, it's quite the big deal. I don't know if I can truly beat it anyways. So otherwise I'd be taking 5 if I block this. If you lord it up, I'd take a little bit more. Can I beat a lord is the real question. Can I even possibly beat one? It's not looking great. So guess I could if I don't block, maybe? No, that seems bad. All right, yeah, I'll block Rattle Chains.
Yeah, take 4. Go to 9.
Okay. Down to 9.
Pass the turn.
All right, untap. I'll draw. I'll play a land and pass to you.
That's scary.
Destroyed my fires. I had all my cool plays. Had all my cool plays lined up.
Okay. Maybe I tried to play around a couple other things that could get Corey back into this game, and I inadvertently played into second Shark Typhoon as a 4/4 here. That now gets pretty awkward. But I am just going to end step an Imperial. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, God. The Rattle Chains died. Everything is awkward now.
Excellent. We needed that.
Everything is awkward now. Okay. I guess we're just going to play this Naked Spell Queller.
Okay.
And go to my turn.
Yep, you got it.
Now I will shock a Hallowed Fountain, go to 12.
Okay.
I will play an Empyrean Eagle.
Okay.
I will attack with all of my creatures.
I'll make a 4/4 shark and sack this.
So I assume we're going to block this eagle and take 7?
Yep.
So that puts you to 2.
Okay.
And now... And you still have your 4/4. And I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I've played this game awkwardly. I had...
All right. Draw.
There were definitely some sequences that I was playing around, but I did not foresee this, especially like I just, in my head, losing the Rattle Chains didn't register. So I think I needed to eagle and save it and just hope you didn't have the one verdict.
Okay, this was
I wanted to leave up Queller for a potential verdict.
Yeah, that makes
big
sense.
thing.
All right, now I got a decent little turn. All right, I'm going to do this and play an agent.
Well, I do have the Lofty Denial, which I think is pretty obvious. I was hoping you didn't have like Transmogrify or Luco plus Dispute, something like that.
I just had to go for it. I couldn't double spell, but if that resolved, I was definitely set there. That's for sure.
When I made the attack with the 3 creatures, my board was I had 5 mana, and this was my hand. It was literally perfect.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was brutal. These games look like they've just been a beating, but they've been really close. You know, that one spell there, if you don't resolve, or if you don't have that Lofty at the end, I get to take a blocker. I have 3 blockers, and then the next turn
you're looking great at that point.
Mythos, my agent, fight a creature and steal another creature the turn after.
And that was the last card of my hand. So I literally used every resource I had to finish you on the very last turn, and the MVP there was that Llanowar Elves. That turn 1 Llanowar gave me such huge tempo advantage. Always let me have the counter spells up while still pressing and developing my battlefield. It was really important.
Luckily, we still got some time here. We're a little early, so we can maybe stretch this one, or at least get a pity game in. But yeah, I think even if you just like play Eagle after I block too, I don't know if I can really come, because you have Lofty Denial after that too,
so
right?
I'm worried about the verdict. You know, if I play Eagle, you go verdict. I can't do anything in your end step.
Yeah.
And I just untap, and I have 4 mana. I draw land 5 that turn, and then I still have Queller Lofty Denial up.
Yeah.
So I'm still looking okay, but you'd have a decent amount of life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd probably win if I had the 1-outer for sure.
Yeah. So that's the thing I was thinking of. But.
Yeah, it seemed worth it. Or if I just kept fires, I had just such a nice turn on turn 5. I just had like Mythos, Luca, Yorion. I was going to be able to push through some stuff. But yeah, that Night of Autumn was amazing.
Yeah, able to, still develop my board there, use the Mausoleum Wanderer to counter the anger, and then had Night of Autumn hold up Lofty Denial, and it was...
All right, I'm destined to win one game here.
Are you?
my destiny would say, but we'll see if the scoreboard agrees.
Well, I talked to your destiny before the show, and they told me you were just going to get clowned all day.
No. Okay, dang it. I really got to have words with my destiny here.
Yeah.
All right, my hand is perfectly fine, though. I'll be keeping.
We talk like twice a week. So.
Really?
Yeah, we've gotten pretty close.
Impressive.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time.
Don't order takeout next Thursday, by the way.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It doesn't end well.
Maybe you should just play the game Destiny.
It's a good point.
Pass.
How's your hand?
My hand is excellent.
All right, pass to you.
It's very good.
I'm not afraid.
Botanical Sanctum anywhere else.
Okay. Well, that's slightly awkward, but I will have to take 2 and play Omen now, just because I don't want to log into a counter spell from you. Oh, scry. I'll keep those there, and I'll pass to you.
You left both on top?
Yep. They were just what the doctor ordered.
I will play Botanical Sanctum and pass.
Okay. Some blue-green action. Play a Glacial Fortress. And I will pass as well.
On your end step, I'll play Rattle Chains.
The chains, huh? Okay, that's fine.
Target itself.
Yep.
Go to my turn.
Yep.
Okay. I will play a Boulder Loft Pathway.
Okay.
Yeah, let's attack for 2.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
You go to 16.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
End step. I will cast Omen of the Sun.
Yeah, that resolves.
Okay. I got a couple life, a couple of Shaheens. Go back up to 18. Untap, upkeep, a draw. Got a land. And I'll attack for 2.
I'm at 18.
And what do we want to do now? Yeah, I think this seems like a solid Fires of Invention turn.
Fires of Invention, he says.
I'd like to do some inventing.
You have 4 in hand?
4 in hand, yep.
This is an interesting turn.
Okay.
4 in hand. What is the follow-up going to be is the interesting part.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be busted. It's going to be absolutely busted.
I am going to Mystical Dispute that.
Okay, it has been disputed, and I'll pass to you.
I will play a Mana Confluence, and I will attack for 2.
Okay.
16. Pass the turn.
And,
a little worried about soft counters being blanked by that Fires anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just a little awkward that I couldn't both Mystical Dispute it and play a creature. So I didn't like the fact that I was going to lose that development.
That's fair. I'm going to play this and go with Omen of the Sea.
That resolves.
And do some scrying. Don't think I want this, but this card seems fine. Take this, draw. And then I'll just buy Yorion and pass to you.
Okay, end step, I'll play Empyrean Eagle.
Okay.
And go to my turn.
You got it.
Let's play Tap Hallowed Fountain and attack for 5.
I'll take it.
Brings you to 11.
11.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. So now we know about Yorion, so you can easily deal with that. Question is, do I want to jam it and just hope? Or do I want to just cast this? This doesn't seem bad to me. All right, I'm going to go for a Luca.
Going for a Luca.
Luca.
That resolves.
I'll target this.
That also resolves.
All right. Okay, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7.
And a 1, and a 2. How low can you go?
All right, come on.
And grizzly bears.
yeah. And a creature I sighted in. Good job. Gotta love it.
One of these days, you gotta sneak some random creature into one of his Luca decks.
Yeah, there we go. Keep it interesting. So I will select agent.
Which one you want?
It's a good question. Because you could just have another rattle chains to kind of keep me off that. So I could just take Llanowar if I really wanted, but that'd be a little silly.
Our big issue is that taking a Llanowar doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. Let's take... I'm going to take rattle chains.
Okay. Your other issue is I do have the other rattle chains.
Okay, that's
another. So I'll target the other rattle chains.
Okay. I'll take 2 and cast chain.
Brings you to 9.
Yep.
That I don't like. I don't like that at all.
Hoping I can kind of get you nicely with that.
Yeah, and Corey has exactly enough life to be able to make this play. If he was at 8, a counter on the chain would just end it.
Oh, at this point, I just have to just jam, you know?
Yeah. Well, so I have a counterspell.
Okay, that's bad.
But the Yorion is very good next turn.
Sure.
So I was set up to have counterspell for Yorion next turn. This turn, attack for 3 at the Luca, attack you to 6.
Yep.
And have, lethal in the air the following turn.
Yeah, Yorion is quite strong next turn, that's for sure.
One of the big issues here is that if I let the chain resolve, Corey gets to take the Eagle, and then I have to send both rattle chains at the Luca to kill it. I guess I could do 1 and 1.
Yeah.
But that's still, that puts you to 7. I would need another Lord really to kill you in the next turn.
Yep.
And if I draw another Lord and I counter the chain, you're dead.
Yeah.
The question is, if I counter the chain and brick, how bad of shape am I in? I get to attack the Luca and attack you to 4. Then you get to go up to 6, draw a bunch of cards, and take one of these, but it'll be tapped. You get to take the Empyrean Eagle, and then I have 4 damage here. So sort of any 2-power spirit will then do it.
Yep.
Any Lord will still be fine. So... but if it's a complete brick, I'm in kind of rough shape. Whereas if I let this resolve and I'm able to counter the Yorion, I think I'm in better shape. A little bit of an issue if you just have 2 gas spells though, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation for sure.
Yeah, it's
I don't even know which one I want you to do, to be honest.
Yeah, it's really close. I'm not sure this is right, but I'm leaning towards countering it.
Okay.
So I'll lofty denial.
And you're so lucky you're going to top deck a Lord here, so pass to you.
It's not a Lord.
Okay, that's good.
But I will make the attack I described. So 1 rattle chains at Luca, you take 6 or take 5, go to 4.
Yep, down to 4.
And I will play a tap Talent Fountain and pass the turn.
All right, so untap. I'll draw.
Got a tiny bit flooded this game. I think if one of these lands was any spell, I'd be in great shape.
All right, I'll play Bertha Miletus.
That is fine.
Okay, I will search for a land.
And I assume we will be Yorioning.
Yeah, looks like it. I'm wondering if I want to attack and get frisky first. Seems pretty bad. So yeah, I'll just play Yorion. Hope he didn't draw anything.
Yorion results.
Yay! Okay, we did it. All right, so Yorion, let's blink out these and the birth. Bring these back. I will stack it so I get the land first.
Yeah, so you're going to go to 6.
Yep.
Gonna get your 2/1/1s.
Take that Imperial Angel.
The Empyrean Eagle?
Yeah.
Okay, I drew another rattle chains.
Oh, does that kill me?
Hexproof, yeah. I have 4
God, you're so lucky. You're so lucky, and I guess, what was I at? I was at 2?
You're at 6.
Or I was at 6. So
After gaining this life.
I did have anger as my other option,
Well, you would have been at 4 then. Yeah, so if you anger, but then you lose this, so your Yorion isn't as good, but you still get to gain some life and draw some cards.
Yorion would have been better, but
anger would have been pretty good.
Yeah,
you're at 4 at that point. I attack you to 2.
Yep.
I would have drawn Collected Company.
Okay,
That's pretty good.
Easy.
I'm not sure. Do I Collected Company main phase? Because that would have actually killed you from 4. But if I guess I can't. Spellcrawler doesn't stop Yorion, so I probably do just main phase it.
Probably, so you don't walk into a dispute. Yeah, you could walk into a dispute, so that would be not great.
Oh yeah, because that'll be gone.
That would be gone. Yeah,
I would have just main phased and killed you.
Yep. Well, I would have been more tilted that way, at least. So not bad.
It would have been my first Collected Company of the match.
Yeah, that's true.
3 without it is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that deck looked impressive. Definitely against the fire stuff.
Llanowar both games looking really strong.
And once again, every game seemed like it was a blowout because you just won before I ever turned a corner, but they were all so close.
Yeah. I agree, especially games 2 and 3. Game 1, you kind of stabilized, and I sort of stole it at the end with a big turn.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit more back and forth, but that's kind of the nature of this matchup. Once the Yorion deck takes over, the battlefield is stable, and I just can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Spirits doesn't have reach. I'm not sitting there trying to top deck Boros Charm to kill you.
Yes, exactly. But hey, we got a little time. We can do a pity match here, or a pity game here.
Let's do it.
We got another fun, exciting match that I'm also scared of next round, but I want to try to win one game against this band deck. So they have been close. Shark is a good tool. I do have some early disruption. There's definitely some tools, but definitely favored in your direction.
Yeah,
but
and I agree. The games have definitely been closer than they were.
Yeah, and my draw there was great. There was nothing that was bad about it. I had a lot of omens, but overall, just a great draw.
Yeah. I mean, my opening hand was 3 lands, Llanowar Elves, a counterspell, a Spellcrawler, and a Rattle Chains or something.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
I drew a couple lands there in the middle, but got there in the end.
Rob, do you got a question for us at all while we shuffle up for this pity game?
Yeah, somebody asked about when you chose to counter the fires. Was there any consideration to just countering the spell after that, so that then Corey has to play in his main phase constantly?
So that was one of the things I was considering. The problem is that once I do that, Corey's able to cast multiple spells on his next turn.
The double spell would just
and he's got the Yorion is already good. So if he just has 2 good cards in his hand, I think it works out a lot better. If I just force him to tap out more slowly for them.
Yeah.
Especially when Luca can effectively get countered by Rattle Chains, plus, diverting an attack or 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed to me to be a little bit better. If Corey was lower on cards at that point in the game, say he had taken a mulligan or 2, then I'm more likely to let the fires resolve, assuming that I have enough interaction to stop everything Corey has.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a better line, but I don't think I can let a non-threatening card resolve in that spot, especially when it's going to force me to interact a ton over the next couple turns.
Yeah, no, I think that was definitely the right call, because my follow-up would have just been Omen of the Sea to just really set up for a crazy turn next turn. I had Anger as well, but your battlefield wasn't that important yet. I think you just had 2 creatures to my 2 creatures.
Yeah.
But then the next turn, I could have just went Luca, and I'd be like, if you don't counter that, I'm going to steal something from you, and if you do counter it, then I Yorion and get all this value, and then I could have cast a chain as well. So I could have triple spelled you if you didn't counter it. So
yeah, that would have been quite a turn.
It could have been very dangerous for you. I think it's almost always always right to counter fires if you can, because that card just gets discussed.
Fires on turn 4 specifically.
On turn 4, yeah.
It quickly drops in priority as the game proceeds.
Well, this hand is quite awkward, but I do kind of want to keep it. It seems like a good Corey keep for the last one, right, Rob?
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah, all right, I'll keep.
Okay, my hand's great again.
All right, here we go. I'm going to sack while you do your thing.
Okay, that could get awkward. My hand does have one issue.
Okay.
I'm going to go to 18 and play Mausoleum Wanderer.
Okay, sure.
No Llanowar Elves this time.
Also, Corey, we did have a question from Ragnar Forge. What do you think about Resolute Archangel as a sideboard card that can be brought in versus aggro decks like this?
Yeah, I've played it in the past. And I have brought it in this matchup, but Spirits can just overpower that card pretty easily. This isn't a matchup where if I go to 20... You're not trying to Boros Charm me, like you said. You can just kill me in 2 turns, So I just actually don't think it's good. If there was more burn decks in the metagame, I would actually play that card. But I haven't played against it yet since I started playing.
Yeah,
maybe
burn has really dropped off in the metagame.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem that great to me. So yeah, not a super big fan of the card, even though it is decent. But all right, I'm gonna
Go to 18.
Do I actually need to take 2? Nah, I don't. I'm just going to go like this and just play an Omen right away.
Yep.
Okay, I do want one of these, I think. Yeah, I'll get this and draw this.
I'm going to go to 16 for Hallowed Fountain.
Okay.
Attack you for 1 and pass the turn.
I'm at 19. All right. I have a Glacial Fortress, and I will... It's an interesting decision here. I actually think I'm going to take this turn to just buy Yorion. Set up the later game here.
I'm going to play Rattle Chains. I thought about main phasing this to get an extra point in.
Yep.
I was a little bit worried because you had revealed the Sacred Foundry, so you could chain on your turn.
Yep.
So a little worried with that. We'll see.
I think that was a good play.
It was also plays around one of your disputes. Like if you had disputed me there, it would have been awkward.
Mm-hmm. I haven't drawn those.
No, you haven't. Okay, well, we've drawn pretty well. I'll play Botanical Sanctum.
Yep.
And I will attack you for 3.
Okay, 16.
16 all, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. All right, I'll go to 14 and go for an Azika's Chariot.
That's going to resolve.
All right, 2 cats, and I'll pass to you.
End step, I will play an Empyrean Eagle.
Okay, I feel like I'm dead.
And so this is currently 7 power.
Okay.
What am I worried about?
Not much. You're up 3-0 and probably 4-0. So this matchup, you've been kind of kicking my teeth in.
I'm just going to apply pressure. I'm going to take 2 in company.
Okay.
Go to 14. My hand was only 2 lands, but I had a perfect curve.
I need a brick. I need a brick.
Okay, well, you're not dead. Double Lord was going to kill you.
Okay.
I feel a little bad because I hit a Rattle Chains 2 here that could have stopped an agent. This is a little awkward against agent because I'm now going to have untapped creatures, but I think it's enough where 1 blocker isn't enough.
Yeah.
I didn't do the exact math, but it seemed pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
So now this gets +2 from 2 spirits entering and +2 from the eagle. So this is a 5. This is a 4. This is a 3. So attacking for 12.
I'll take it down to 2.
Yeah, you're 2.
Yeah,
pass the turn.
I am dead. Just because, Luco is like the only thing that can resolve through this. Like I have Transmogrify, but it just does not.
Yeah, now this is a 3/3, so you can't even anger. Although anger wouldn't even kill the eagles.
Yeah, like Anger Chain is like the only thing I could do if this wasn't there. As like
once again, it's Supreme Verdict that you need.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. As non-threatening as this card seems in the matchup, it did put me in a lot of rough spots.
Yeah. It only takes 1 spell that you need to resolve to make this card good. And one of the reasons that I felt cool getting this aggressive was I had another company back. So if you did have like the 1 of Verdict, I'm able to just untap, say go, and have company on the end step when you're at 2.
Yeah. No, and if there's more counter spell aggressive decks like this, more Supreme Verdicts would definitely be the direction I'd go. But once again, this is another matchup I haven't played yet either. But this deck does look pretty strong to me. Seems sweet.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the Llanowar Elves in games 2 and 3 look awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And I've played a bit of Bant Spirits in the past, and it does get clunky. If you miss land drops or you just don't have the perfect curve in your hand. You saw that last game even without the Elves. I just had the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
That's how you draw it up. And every time you do that, it does look great.
Yeah.
Because that's the high end of your draws. I think with Llanowar Elves, you get to do really awesome curve outs like that a lot more often.
Yeah.
I really love turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Eagle, because Eagle is often the hardest creature to find a spot to cast.
Yeah,
if you don't get it down early.
3 and later, you just want to be holding up counter magic.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's either the turn 2 play or it's the turn 7 play that kills you.
Yes.
That seems
find
where
it off
Eagle
of company,
goes.
right?
Or with Rattle Chains, that helps a lot.
Yes,
but
it does help. But I played it turn 2 in those games 2 and 3, and it was really important both times. So I wasn't. I know on paper this matchup looks good, but I've come to realize, having played played Spirits that it often looks a little bit worse than people expect in the matchups where your counter spells are good, and a little bit better than people expect in the creature matchups.
Yeah.
Because you have all those anthems. So it's not as polarizing as a deck as you might presume.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, I drew pretty well, and the list just looked great. And the Llanowar Elves in particular are a great innovation.
Yeah, that seems like a good deck moving forward in the metagame. The only thing I'd be terrified of is the Arcanist and Mono Black matchups. Just where they play a full 4 Fatal Push. Arcanist even plays some Bloodchief Thirst. And I've always struggled with those kind of decks. When I just play something, they kill it. Play something, they kill it. It's so hard to, gain that snowball effect magic that deck really needs.
Yeah.
Collected Company helps, but yeah.
I think the card that helps in both of those matchups that you don't see in this deck sideboard, but I think it could easily be added, is Skyclave Apparition.
Yeah.
In the Rakdos Arcanist matchup, it's really just about answering their threats. Right? Eventually, you'll overpower their removal, and they can recur the threats with Claim Fame, but just exiling them with the Apparition is great. And against Mono Black, you're pretty good at containing the recursive cheap creatures, the Scrap Heap Scroungers and Bloodsoaked Champions and stuff. It's the removal plus their bigger flyers, the Rankles and the Spawn of Mayhems. So you can answer those. They can get then bigger illusions off of it, but I think that's still a solid trade-off for you.
Yeah.
And it can be awkward for them to Fatal Push it even.
Yeah, and you have a lot of X3 for toughness, so all those 2/1s, if you can break those and they have to kill every creature, that gets to be a lot better.
I will say that Skyclave Apparition is very awkward on the deck's mana base. I think that's the reason you don't see it in the list, because to support Llanowar Elves, you need to be more Simic heavy, and the mana base is skewed in that direction. So that's, it's probably a tough sell. You probably can't play that many.
Yeah.
Obviously still being a company hit, that can help you out quite a bit. But yeah, I agree. I think this is a good deck moving forward.
Yeah, you should probably play Noble Hierarch instead of Llanowar Elves. That might help you out a lot. So, all right, we got one more match. You got a nice combo deck up against me, which has always kind of been a little bit of a struggle now. But
I thought you might take one of the first matchups, so I sort of saved my ace in the hole for the end. But I don't even need it. I'm going for the sweep. I'm feeling good.
You do got the marbles, so congratulations. We're going to take a short 7-minute break, and then we'll be right back here with match number 3 here on Versus Alive. Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say, give Ross the marbles, Corey, Rob.
Give Ross the marbles, Corey, Rob.
All right, fine, Rob. Jeez, I was going to wait till the end of the show. Don't get so pushy, but there you go. Enjoy.
I haven't had them for so long.
I think there is some dust actually accumulating over there.
It's your responsibility to clean that.
Of course. Well, there's been marbles in the way for the last week. I couldn't, I didn't have time.
It feels so good. I feel complete now.
Enjoy it. I'll be coming for those next week. I'll be coming for those.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, we got one match today, left today in our Gauntlet with 4-color Luca Fires. So far, the Gauntlet doing quite well.
Yeah, this is a tough day. Tough day.
So clearly, there's ways to attack this deck.
Yes.
The question is, can we attack this deck while still being good across the field? I think both you and I like the Banned Spirits deck as an option, because I think that has a reasonable game in the aggressive matchups. Niv Mizzet obviously also has game in the aggro matchups. That matchup a little bit more affected by your draws, I think, and was a closer one, 2-1 there.
Yeah, I do enjoy that matchup quite a lot. Like one of my favorite matchup.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this final match is going to be probably the biggest test from your side. Combo typically very good against mid range, but Lotus Field also one of the weaker decks against those aggro decks. It doesn't want to see a lot of pressure. But
does it? I mean, sometimes that deck is fast.
With
I haven't
Boreal
played
Grazer,
this yet, but
you have the right draws. But I've played a lot of combo decks.
Yeah,
I hate it when my opponents try to kill me.
That's
just
fair.
Let me set up.
Black especially seems bad because they have Thoughtseize as well, but auras, maybe that's good if you have a Grazer to block their big creature. It's like a time walk, and then you can combo them off or something. Who knows?
They have Thoughtseize on their board too.
True.
That's another thing. One thing I like about the mono black matchup is they play a bunch of 2/1s, and you've got things like a Boreal Grazer, Hardcast Vizier, so you can which is a 1/3. So you do have good blockers in that matchup, for at least the cheap creatures. But, and there's less burn. So I think all of those things sort of contributed to this deck getting a lot better. We've seen quite a bit of it in the metagame over the last week or two.
Yeah, I think it top 4'd the Pioneer Showcase Challenge as well.
That's this list.
All right, that makes sense.
And the deck has sort of gone back to its roots, not using the graveyard nearly as much without Underworld Breach, back to Dig Through Time. So that is your one kind of way of using the graveyard. And also now Balagad Recovery, a nice little addition, keeping that land count high, but also giving you more gas later in the game.
That's pretty cool.
So function a little bit more of as a ramp deck. Also playing Wolf Willowhaven.
Okay.
A neat one to help you get to those pour over the pages even without Lotus Field.
Yeah.
You can stack Wolf Willowhavens on your lands and untap that.
I was going to say normally that doesn't make a lot of sense when you're casting the land that makes you sack to Lotus Field.
There's some tension there.
But yeah, when you're not trying to be that. Automatically on turn 3, your play is tap 2 lands, play Lotus Field, and go off. Like, that is probably a good plan, but when you don't have to do that and you can kind of slow down a little bit, it seems better.
And if you are on the turn 3 Lotus Field plan, then you can wait on the Wolf Willowhaven, play your 4th land, and chant that, and now you're looking even better. Now your pores are free. You're untapping, 5 mana worth of lands.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty nice. I like it. We'll see if you remember how to pour over the pages here. It's been probably about a year since we were breaching people in real life, like we were playing these. That means
it's been over a year.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so I'll be going first. That's an awkward start. That's not a good start there, Rob. Oh God. Okay, well, I will be mulliganing this only because it's land light. If one of these fires was, better yet, if anger was a land, I'd keep a 2-lander here, but no such luck.
I will keep this hand.
Okay, sounds good. Rob, you got a question for us while I mulligan into oblivion?
I don't at the moment.
All right, empty queue for you. Let me shuffle up and go to 6 here, see what I can do. I do have a lot of dead cards game 1, so it's going to be really rough, like Anger Chain, like basically no targets. So mulliganing isn't the worst because one of those is probably in my hand anyways.
Yeah, get to send that one to the bottom where it belongs.
Okay, this hand looks great. I'd like to keep all my cards, actually.
That is not allowed.
You don't mind? Okay. I will get rid of this and play this and pass to you. Sack this while you're doing your thing.
Okay, well, I drew Arboreal Grazer, so that's kind of neat.
Okay.
We'll play Sanctum Grazer and put in a Yavmaikos.
Always be grazing. Everyone knows.
There's only 2 in the list, so...
Okay, I like that, because that is a card you never want to draw late.
Yeah.
Totally reasonable. All right, I will take 2, play the Birth of Melitus, get a plains, and pass to you.
Okay, you're at 18. Okay. Wanted to land this turn, and we hit one. We'll play Balagad Sanctuary.
Okay.
And I'm going to Wolf Willowhaven a land, and let's Haven the Sanctum, because if I draw Lotus Field, I'm going to want to sack those 2 lands.
Yep, that makes sense.
So pass the turn.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I mean attack you.
I'll take it.
Pass the turn.
Smart. Okay, so I'm going to get an 0-4 wall. And now...
Got to get that attack in before Corey has the wall to block.
You gotta send a message. Okay, with that draw, I don't think I have to play that other card in my hand, so I'm just going to go like this and pass to you.
I will say I have dealt lethal damage with an Arboreal Grazer in my life.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah, we're playing like 1 or 2 in Amulet for a while.
Okay, nice. I was going to say, did you have like Doran out and you were going to town, or...
I think I've got to just throw away this Hidden Strings as a Lotus Petal here.
Okay.
It says, it deals combat damage, so there's certainly no point in me trying to Cipher. I'd rather just go to the graveyard for Dig Through Time purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make blue-green, colorless, and float a green.
Okay.
On tap here. I'm going to take a point for a blue off the coast.
Are you pouring over the pages?
Yes, and I will pour.
All right. You do
Draw
it.
3.
God, I do love that card, I must say.
Then I have to discard 1. Oh, they're all so good. I guess I discard the Temple of Mystery.
Okay, and tap some lands.
I guess untap happens first, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll untap those. Then I found Sylvan Scrying.
Okay.
We'll play that. Find a Lotus Field.
Okay.
Play Lotus Field. Sack the lands that we talked about sacrificing.
You're doing things.
and then pass the turn.
All right, I got an omen. I need to dig for some gas, but the brutal thing about game 1 here is my agents just aren't that good. You know, it's pretty decent here because I'd get a 2-for-1, but for the most part, they're just not great.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for no transmogrify here.
You mean this transmogrify? Yeah, I'm definitely keeping the transmogrify. I'm going to have a good play. I don't think I need Shark Typhoon, so we'll put that one to the bottom. Then I will untap. This was already on chapter 2, so I'll be gaining life.
Yeah, you're at 20. Yeah, Corey was dead without transmogrify.
Yeah, I bet I was.
At least I think he was dead. I don't know.
Yeah, that
certainly seems like it. My
really
hand is
know.
great.
All right, so I do have Fires and Transmogrify to make it even better. Agent, that land from you.
It was tap.
It was tap, or you're gonna tap it. So
yeah,
and I can't cast anything anyways. But and then it's gonna be your turn when I find Agent.
Okay, now we know what we want to draw.
Okay.
That was it. One of the land. I guess dig through time would have actually been the best draw.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll take that now that it just came into play. Okay.
So yeah, my coast, and yeah, I've got to make 3 blue and a colorless. Hidden Strings floating 2 blue.
Oh. Okay.
Untap here.
Now I just pray.
5 blue and a colorless.
Okay.
Blue floating, pour.
Okay.
Draw 3.
1 blue.
Untap. Okay. And I gotta figure out what to discard, and I have a blue and pool.
Do I look pretty dead? That deck half the time just doesn't know until it's like, you know, the end of the game. I need a coloring book to play with while you combo off here.
You have 3 in hand.
3 in hand. They're medium.
Yeah, so that's not going to do it.
Hooray!
I think I just set up for next turn.
Okay.
Oh, but that requires me to have everything. I guess that means I have to discard this Balagad Recovery.
Okay. So you got 1 blue floating still, I believe, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, discard. Oh, no, I already played my land.
Yep, because I took yours.
Yeah, I thought I had another land off. That's a whole different can of worms then.
All right. I like that.
I still think this makes sense. Yeah, discard Balagad Recovery. I have Balloon Pool. I'm going to take a point.
Okay.
I guess then it doesn't matter if I'm not playing the land. Make green. So float green blue. We'll Willow Haven the Lotus Field.
Okay.
So you can't take that land.
And I can't just take Willow Haven, right? Like, I don't get to attach it to anything. I don't know how that actually works.
This just says enchant land, so you would gain control of it.
And just enchant it to one of my
lands? And it says
lands?
its controller adds green. No, it would stay enchanted to what it is.
Oh, I would just control it.
You would control it. You would be able to sacrifice it. That's the only difference.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You would be able to sacrifice it.
Cool.
And I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it says when the enchanted land is tapped, its controller adds the additional green. So you would not get extra mana. I still would.
Yep.
It would still stay on this land.
Yep. Okay, just curious how that would work. That's an interesting interaction.
So now I have blue-green in pool, and I will... I guess actually... Hold on. I guess I can... with the balloon pool, I can actually pour again this turn.
Yep.
But maybe I would rather wait till next turn when I'm going to have more mana. I'm not going to have enough mana to do what I want, though. So, yeah, let's just pour this turn.
Okay.
So now no mana floating.
Okay. Probably a good call. Whenever you can pour,
I will discard a Thespian Stage, untap these 2.
Okay.
And now I'm wishing I kept that Balagad Recovery.
Nice.
But I will Willow Haven, making green with this, and call us here, and then use the other mana to Sylvan Scrying.
Okay.
Yeah, this did not go well.
Probably a good call playing Pour, though, whenever you can play it. And then are you done?
I guess I'll just get Blast Zone.
Okay.
Yeah, pass the turn.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good for me. I will draw.
Yeah, I should not have played 4. I don't know what I...
Famous last words, huh?
I guess it did actually... No, I think that was fine, actually.
Okay.
I think the problem, because I was going to play the other pour, I should have kept the Balagad Recovery and discarded the Sylvan Scrying, I think.
Okay.
That's what I should have done.
So let's see what I want to do now. Realistically, I'd like to just try to cut you off mana at all costs, and I think I can essentially take your Haven and sack your Haven, if that is good enough. Seems strong, but I don't think it's the best play right now. I can just do a different play that makes my turn a lot less awkward, and I think that's better. So, all right, we're gonna go with Luca as my first free spell.
Yep.
Then I guess I can sack this, huh?
No, you don't control the Haven.
Oh, yeah,
You took the Sanctum.
That's fair. So you can sack it, huh?
Yes.
What a weird interaction, huh? Okay, I'm still just going to exile this.
Yep.
Get another agent trigger.
Are we going to take the Haven or the Coast?
I'm going to take the Coast. Anytime now. There we go. All right, so I'll take that. Now I got one more free spell with Fires. I'll add 2. I'll make it Yorion. And I'll get rid of all of these. And then, but wait, there's more. Then I will play Narset. And that's why I was really hoping you would wait on the pour, because that's tough for you. Narset's a good one.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. I'll get a Luca. These will come back, and I will actually just agent this.
You can't sack agent for agent.
I can't?
No, read Luca.
Oh.
You can only transmogrify an ancient to get another ancient.
Ooh, higher converted mana cost. Okay. Well, the thing I would have to do here is I'll still make this play because I would have to, but I would just have to Yorion. So I would Yorion and
so you're only going to get one permanent.
Out. What's up?
So you're only going to get one permanent.
Well, I'll still get 2 because agent will be exiled. So here's how this goes. Sorry about that, chat.
So you Yorion first and then turn the Yorion into agent?
Well, I Luca and then I Yorion, and then I blink out this, I blink out these, and then I Luca.
Exile the Yorion, hit the agent.
Yeah, and that would take this.
So you're going to end up with an agent in play instead of a Yorion. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's the only difference. This might even just be better, you know?
Yeah, because you're going to draw 6 cards now instead of 3.
Exactly. So now I'll agent this. So sorry about that, chat. That was my bad. And then this will have 5 counters.
Yeah. So just playing the Yorion before activating Luca.
Yeah. So first spell would still be Luca.
Have you resolved this?
And then I would still be able to resolve that.
Yeah. I mean the activation. Have you resolved it?
I did. Yep. Okay. I got another Luca.
Okay.
So all right.
And now end step
end step I'd trigger this.
I guess you're going to draw 3 because one agent has to come back in.
Nope. I would not. I would draw none because I'm actually agenting this at end step. This is the 3rd permanent.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not going to draw any yet.
Don't draw
you just have an omen trigger.
Exactly. Yep. And I will bottom these, draw a card, and pass to you.
Okay, I will play a Thespian Stage, and I will turn it into a Lotus Field.
Okay, makes sense.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
It's got really awkward when my first pour found a bunch of spells I wanted, and my second pour found all lands.
Yeah. Yeah, now this is awkward in the sense of just closing the game gets tough, you know? I want some, like, giant sharks or something, but, you know,
I think you'll probably find it. You're going to see 10 cards this turn, plus your draw.
A shark!
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to exile this, and I'll agent the Wolf Willow Haven. All right, nice.
Yeah, so
I guess I don't shuffle there. So now I am going to be drawing a ridiculous amount of cards. Free spell number 1. Could do Shark, but that seems a little silly. Free spell number 1, I'll go with Omen. Bottom. I'll draw. I already played my 3, correct. And my second free spell, I guess we'll just Luca. And I'll start ticking up, because that's actually a way to close it. Exile 3. So I've cast both my spells off fires. Now I can crack Wolf Willow Haven.
Well, you can't crack that one. You
I know.
Can crack this one.
I was just reading to make
but
sure.
But then you wouldn't draw cards because this is your third permanent of mine that you control.
That's a good point. Is it worth
it's very awkward that I control this haven and Corey controls this one.
It is quite awkward. Yeah, I guess drawing 9 cards is decent, but it doesn't do a ton.
I think in order to win this game, I need to hit runner, 2 outers.
4 or 5. I am still going to sack yours to get a 2/2. I think it's more important to keep you off mana than drawing 9 cards. And now I will attack for 4.
Brings me to 15.
And I will pass to you.
Yeah, I need runner, 2 outers.
Okay, what is it?
A wish and a hidden strings.
Okay. Fair. Or a dig through time to help you find that. 6,
yeah,
7,
instead I
8.
drew my 5th land in a row.
Okay.
So I had the 1 Peer into the Abyss in my hand, and I kept trying to set it up.
Yeah.
Which is why I shouldn't have played that second pour. I just muddled the lines a little bit. And then from that point on, I literally just draw lands.
If you didn't play a second pour, you're never drawing cards, which is a problem.
Sure. The Narset was still a problem because so then it ended up being fine.
Yeah, Narset's really my only hope game 1. Game 2, we got a nice little spicy one for Ross Merriam, but yeah, kind of a wild game there.
Yeah, it was a little awkward because I needed to use the hidden strings early to play the pores.
Yeah.
And by the time I got the Lotus Field stuff set up so I could actually cast the Pier in my hand, one, you had gotten Narset out, but 2, I just didn't have enough mana on that turn because I had to use the mana early.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't find any other gas.
Yeah. It can happen that way, that's for sure. But I got a lot of cards I want to sideboard out in this matchup, and I have 1 spicy Eldrazi that I want to side in. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Lotus Field Combo and 4-color Luca Fires. On my side of things, not much going on. Most of my sideboard is wish targets.
Yep.
I do have a couple of mystical disputes, which are helpful against opposing disputes and also to counter Transmogrify and Luca, if those are important. Gonna cut the Arboreal Grazers to slow down a little bit. These are mainly anti-aggro cards, and obviously you only want them in your opening hand, so easy card to sideboard out. And that's basically it.
Yeah, for me, a lot more sideboarding, and I'm changing my mind last minute here. I'm actually ECD. When I'm taking out Agent, I'm never bringing it back. So I'm actually going to cut these and keep Mythos. Mythos can just be a ramp spell for me, which can be decent. But here we have the huge transformational plan of taking out Agents and bringing in Void Winnower. This card is only really good for Lotus Breach combo decks, and I bring it in against Jund Citadel, just because all their cards that really matter are their evens, their Collected Company, their Bolas' Citadel, and I think it's better than doing something like Yasharn. So have to get these out because they're completely dead, and then have to get these out so I don't Luca into them. So it's a product of just bringing in anything that's playable. All of these are really good. Rest in Peace and ECD are very medium, and I honestly never want to draw 2 of either, so I am going to go like this, but Rest in Peace can hit your dig through times, make
Stop
that a little bit
recovery.
trickier. Yep, stop Balagad. And then ECD can put it under the tack, so it's really hard for you to combo the next turn, and can also hit, Ugin and stuff. And actually, once again, now that I think about this, it can hit Niv Mizzet if you ever resolve that. And I just have to kill Niv Mizzet. It's so good. If you were to bring it in. I know you're not, but Niv Mizzet is an interesting card.
They're in my sideboard, and I do have 1 Mastermind's Acquisition instead of 3 Fave Wishes, so I can access it from my sideboard.
Yeah, so I think that's decent. Or just if you have Ugin, being able to answer that I think is reasonable. So we're going to go like that, and last minute change, 1 Mythos I'll take out as well. So that's what we're going to do.
Very marginal things here.
Agreed, exactly. But I was still going through the motions, that's for sure.
Which corner case scenarios are most likely?
Exactly. It's all these cards that are going to be very, very bad, but just which one is slightly less bad? All right, so big changes there for me. Got any questions there, Rob?
Don't right now.
All right. Sounds like a plan. We'll get to battling. I just want to not get swept. That's my goal here. But that game felt pretty nice. Narset, I think, is one of the key things that I need to have to stop pour. That's the main thing. But,
Narset was the card that locked it up. The real key was just having that Transmogrify on turn 4
that was
on the play. I think it was set up pretty well for just the turn 4 kill in that game, but double Stone Raining me set me back so far.
Yep. And God, what a weird interaction with Wolf Haven when we each control the opposite ones. And we realized it in the break. I could have just drew 9 cards and then, sacked your Wolf to do that. So a minor correction there that I could have done.
Okay, well, I'm glad I looked at this early because this is an easy mulligan.
Okay.
No colored mana.
Excellent. We'll take those. When we're in sweep territory, I don't care if you mold a 3. I'll accept it.
I don't care if you mold a 3 at any point. Even not on Versus Live. If you're just playing on Moto on stream, mold a 3, please.
I was going to say, says the person who chanted 4 for a long time whenever you mulligan.
That's a good point.
At least I'm honest about what I want.
Hey, I chanted my honesty there. I wanted you to mold a 4. I mean, that's just respectable. I'm gonna keep. It is not great, but if we can draw into some early stuff to play, it's fine. And with you on the mulligan, your hand has to be quite strong. So,
okay, this hand will certainly do. I think it's pretty easy to put that back.
Bring it.
I will lead on a Balagat Sanctuary.
Alrighty. That was the worst possible draw. I'll pass to you.
Okay, Botanical Sanctum and Strategic Planning.
Plan it up.
I think that's an easy one to take. Put a Recovery in a Dispute in the graveyard.
Okay, I will draw. Now let's go with a Castle Ardenvale, and I'll pass to you.
I'll play Lotus Field and sack my lands.
Goodbye, lands.
Pass the turn.
All right. I'll draw, and I'll take 2 here, go to 18, and I'll pass to you. Life total is basically irrelevant in these matchups.
Oof. This is getting awkward. I'll play a Dig Through Time.
I will Disdainful Stroke that.
Pass the turn.
All right, we like that. All right, so now we'll go with Fires of Invention and Azeka's Chariot. Pass to you. The Cadillac. Coming on in. Where's your lands, buddy?
Wow.
Does this bring you back to the joys of playing Lotus Field? Some games are just the most tilting things ever.
Pass the turn.
All right. Untap. I'll draw. I will crew the Cadillac, declare tax, copy a cat.
I'll go to 16.
Okay. Second main, I will go with a tap land. I'll go for an Elspeth Conqueror's Death.
Sure.
Okay, very useless. But then I'll also buy Yorion and play Yorion. Less useless.
Yeah.
All right, couple more cats. Pass to you. Who needs Void Winnower?
So, next game?
Yeah. You better try to combo. Needless to say.
Yeah, because I'm going to be under the tax next turn.
Yep.
Second, I drew a land. I was thinking if I hit Hidden Strings, maybe I could do something, but the most awkward hand possible.
Yeah, I mean, you're not dead to combat.
You put me to 2.
Yeah.
And then I'm dead the following turn, and there's no way I can win through the tax.
Yeah, like that. I mean,
I could play a Fae to only go to 4, but I'm still dead the next turn, even through a second blocker.
Yeah, that was pretty awkward for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I drew 2 of my wishes, and
I like that. And I drew a Disdainful Stroke right when I needed it, so I'll take that.
Yeah, but I'm able to dig into Hidden Strings and Thespian
a land
Stage,
maybe,
and then we're in business. But
all right, we're cooking. I've taken this Yorion and put it into my deck every single game.
Okay, I could have kept Balagat Recovery off of the turn 2 Strategic Planning but that was I took Pour over it. I didn't have any other Pour.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. I at that point I just had Pour and a Fave Wishes, knowing I was going to play Lotus Field the next turn.
Yeah.
I had awkward second Lotus Field, but I had Dig to try to find that. But then you countered my Dig, and I drew nothing but expensive gas cards after that.
Yeah.
You know, to compound that. So I think the play was fine on turn 2. It just didn't work out.
Admittedly, I didn't think this was going to be the pity game in my favor with this match. I thought, match 1 I was going to get you. And then 2 and 3, you were going to kind of destroy me. But, this was unexpected. But at least we stopped you from the sweep. That's the main thing.
Yeah. It's possible. I guess the one thing that I did is it's possible I'm not supposed to main phase the Dig. I wanted to just hit a land and make my land drop, right? Yeah. And I had 2 Pours in my hand at that point, so I wanted to get to land 5 the following turn.
Yeah, you do make it very awkward on me of what I do
turn
next
4 is usually the turn that you're tapping out.
Yeah, because I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I probably just would have went land go, just because without you playing a land, I'm pretty positive you are going to be playing a Dig, and I'll use up that stroke first, because even if I go Fires, you just respond with Dig. Normally, I can counter your stuff on my turn with Fires, it's slightly awkward and not as good, but yeah, that would have made my draw a little bit more awkward, but I think it would have been the same result. I just would have had to be patient.
I keep drawing the 1 peer into the abyss.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
I don't want to.
You're not supposed to be doing that. That's your problem.
This hand doesn't ramp and has no way to find a Lotus Field, so it's going to be a mulligan.
Yeah, back in the day when I was playing the Breach version, it was, if you cannot Lotus Field, you mull, but it's a different dynamic.
Yeah, I think now you've expanded to, if I have a reasonable hand with Wolfwillow Haven, I can keep, but otherwise I need, at least a strategic planning to dig for a Lotus Field.
No, that makes sense. And my hand's pretty decent, pretty awkward on the mana base, but, it's a keep.
Yeah, so far the Lotus Field deck not availing itself particularly well.
Yeah, and I haven't even gotten to Void Winnower you yet.
Yeah.
That's the card I'm really looking forward to.
This is literally just the hand I mulliganed.
You got the pair? Oh, hey, at least you can put that one away.
Yeah, I guess. I'm going to keep this on 6. I'll play Sanctum and pass.
All right. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. I will play this and pass.
I'm going to play Yavimaya Coast and Strategic Planning.
Okay. Oh, that is awkward.
Take that one, put Vizier and Coast in my graveyard, and pass the turn.
Okay. Just finding my land. Yeah, I guess I do not have 2 islands. Yep, so that's slightly awkward for me since one's in my hand. But I will just get this red source. All right. On tap, a draw. Now we'll just go with Sacred Foundry, Birth of Melitus.
So you're at 18.
Yep. Guessing that resolves?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're tapped out. Sorry. And then pass to you.
Okay. Let's play Thespian Stage, Haven the Yavimaya Coast.
Okay.
Take a point, go to 19. Cycle Vizier, untap the Enchanted Land.
Okay. You're at 19.
Pass it.
Okay. Untap draw.
Just
get a no 4.
I've seen 6 new cards and they're just all bricks.
Love it. Yeah, my play is not great this turn. With my mana base being a little awkward, I'll just play an island and pass to you.
I will play a Botanical Sanctum and pass the turn.
All right. I will gain 2 life when I draw.
You go to 20.
20.
Transmogrify.
I do not have it this time, unfortunately. Still slightly awkward. I'll just play a Steam Vent untapped.
You're at 18.
And pass to you.
Okay, show me the counter spell.
I have a counter spell.
I'm taking a point from the coast to cast this, so we're both at 18. Yeah, once Corey passes the turn there, I know it's there, but not much I can do, because if I draw another gas spell, I want to be able to play it.
Agreed. That seems totally reasonable.
Okay. So make blue, so I'll float a green here.
Okay.
And cycle Vizier, untap the enchanted land.
Okay, 1 green floating.
Use the green floating to play a Sylvan Scrying.
Okay.
Then I will play a Fine Lotus Field, play it, sacrifice the 2 Sanctums.
Okay.
And then I will copy it with the Thespian Stage.
You got mana.
Then I will pass the turn.
Alrighty.
I have a bajillion mana now, so I'm set up there.
But you just can't even. You just can't even anymore. Dun 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 dun. It's Eldrazi time. Everybody's favorite Eldrazi. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, look, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm wondering how you can actually beat this.
I have a Blast Zone.
Do you? Just take a Blast Zone up to 9? Do you have time? Because you know it also attacks for 11, right? Void Winnower.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, I can get a second Void. Oh, I need a creature. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll play another Thespian Stage.
Okay.
I'll copy Lotus Field with it.
Okay.
I will Balagad Recovery the Vizier of Tumbling Sands.
Okay.
And play Vizier of Tumbling Sands.
Yes.
Pass the turn.
Love that. Yeah, all right. You can block. That's impressive.
Now, if I draw Blast Zone the very next turn, I can get rid of Void Winnower just in time. If Corey has no white mana or way to make a creature.
I Bertha Melitis this game.
I mean, you need a second white so you can castle.
Yeah, I Bertha Melitis, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. I know you have the planes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you did.
Did I shuffle that away? Oh, here it is. It's just, yeah. Okay.
But I guess this is still sorcery speed, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So I will block the Void Winnower.
Okay. So now...
But you can make it this turn and kill me?
Yeah, I can make it this turn. I'll turn that into my other Void Winnower, and then I'll pass to you. Thank God that's not... I'm just searching. This is silly. Void Winnower. Wow, it was like the 3rd card this time.
Yeah, I'll play Thespian Stage.
Okay.
I will float 1 and copy Lotus Field again.
Okay. You got mana.
I will make a 2/2 wolf.
Okay.
I'm still floating 1. It can't be... I can't block with creatures with...
Creatures with converted mana cost.
Well then.
Yeah, Void Widower is pretty messed up in the right shell.
I'm just dead.
Yeah, I had Narset as well if I wanted to play that, and yeah. Well, that matchup didn't seem like as big of a train wreck as we thought right away, huh?
No, it did not. I think, game 1, I probably would have won if you just didn't hit the Transmogrify, and I'm probably a pretty big favorite game 1.
You have to be.
But even then, just turn 3 Narset is really, really good.
Yeah, and that always was kind of the saving grace in the other matchup. The one thing it wasn't great for against the Breach version is they had that Tome Scour thing where they didn't need that.
If they just had mana and a Wish, they could and a Breach.
Exactly. So that wasn't so bad. But here you do have to draw cards. You can dig and you can, just add a bunch of mana with Hidden Strings to gift for... hit Ugin and then kill Narset that way, and that's still very tough for me to deal with. But it seems like Narset's a little more effective in this one. What do you think? You want to do a pity game?
Yeah, we got a little time.
All right.
It'll be over quickly.
Yes, yeah, these are pretty quick matches. You either win or I do my thing. All right, yep, this is how we're starting again, Rob. Check out that.
Why not? Ross needs all the help he can get.
Yep. Awkward.
Yeah, I've got to keep this.
I think I'll keep 2.
I will play my Coast and pass.
All right. I will draw, and I will play a Fabled Passage and pass. I'll sack this.
I will play Forest and pass.
All right. I'm sacking to get my island. Somewhere, okay. And just a pass, huh? You must have that Lotus Field all wrapped up. Okay, I have a Hinterland Harbor, and I'll pass to you.
That would have been nice to draw last turn, but it's still fine. I'm going to float colorless green.
Okay.
Play Lotus Field, sack these 2 lands, and then Wolf Willow Haven the Lotus Field.
Seems pretty sweet.
Pass the turn.
All right, End Step Omen. Do not want that card, but I will take this land. Untap, a draw. Well, I may regret this, but I think I'm going to go for it. I'll take 2 and play Narset. I'll go to 18.
Yep.
Activate. And I'll take a Dispute, and I'll pass to you. Hoping this Narset's good enough for defense, or I'll be sad.
Well, I've got a pretty good play here, I think.
Uh-oh. AK, you're doing your thing this time?
But it's a little worrisome. It's actually just very awkward.
Okay, I like that. I went from scared to not that frightened at all.
What did you find off the Narset?
Mystical Dispute.
Yeah.
And I'd like to untap this land. Then I feel real good.
I think my best bet is going to be to make blue.
Okay.
Float blue-green and play strategic planning.
Okay. Plan away. So blue-green and pool.
That's neat. I think now I get to do everything.
Uh-oh.
Now I get to do everything.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, let's use the blue-green to cycle Vizier.
Okay.
Untap my Lotus Field. Oh, no, that's not...
Oh, yeah, you don't draw a card.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not do that
It
then.
does add mana.
So let's continue with the line I was on.
Okay, so this is tap then.
Yes,
2
yeah.
mana.
I have blue-green and pool.
Okay.
Let's just play Thespian Stage, use the mana to copy Lotus Field.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. It's not Esker. You had me real worried. All right. I will activate. Or now, what do we want? It's either a Zika's Chariot or this Omen of the Sea. I do want to hit land, so I think I want this Omen. And then I will play a Ketria Triome and hope I don't have to discard. And I do. Discard a Fires. Pass to you.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got
1 million mana.
This Narset is very annoying.
Yep. That it is.
So these are both +2. I'm on 8. That gets me to 12. 10, 9.
8.
9 is not really a lot. But if I find the 2 cards I'm looking for, I would then be up to a perfect number.
Okay.
But it's gonna cost me everything, basically. I'll tap this for blue, so I have 3 blue and a green.
Okay.
I'll float blue and cycle Vizier.
Okay, no drawing for you.
Yep. I will use the blue floating to dig through time, exiling 6 cards.
So you have Dispute mana?
Mm.
So I'll go with a Disdainful Stroke.
Okay, I will dispute.
Oh, you have those two? That's less fun. Okay.
Okay, resolve dig.
Yep.
Didn't find it.
Good. Now my dispute is definitely less good.
Definitely want to go for those two, though.
Okay.
Now I will float blue-green for strategic planning.
Okay, that resolves.
Put 2 irrelevant cards in my graveyard.
Okay.
So I have 2 mana in pool right now. I can go up to 5. And
Got a lot of numbers going on there.
And then that gets me to 14.
Jesus.
So I can go all in and cast something big for my sideboard. The problem is I can't cast Peer into the Abyss, which is the one I would want to cast.
Yep.
I can get the Ugin and just plus on the Narset. That is scary because Corey can just set up an end step and make a token, untap Luca.
Yep.
Oh no, you avoid Winnower.
Voidwinter, yep.
So I'll have the Ugin on the battlefield, but what can I do through the Voidwinter still?
I can't possibly Voidwinter next turn though. That's the problem.
Yeah. But if you could do it in 2 turns, you could do it before I ultimate.
Yeah.
I think ultimating the Ugin is my path to winning this game.
Okay.
The other path, because I just need to deal with the Narset. Like Narset is such a problem for this version of the deck. So I have blue, green, and pool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make blue.
Okay.
Let's float 3 blue and hidden strings the 2 Lotus Fields.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does this work? I have two floating before I did this. This goes to 5. This nets 5, so that puts me to 10.
Yep.
Then you can put me down to 7, and then that doesn't even get me there. the dispute puts me at and I'd have to it doesn't get me there at all because I have discard a card from this stupid pour.
Nice.
So none of this works.
Good.
And I guess if that's the case, then what I have to do... Okay, I know what I have to do.
Mm.
I have to make black here.
Okay.
And I have to Mastermind's Acquisition for the Grafdigger's Cage now. That'll stop the Void Winnowers.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So let's do that.
Okay.
With my 5 mana, then pass.
Okay.
And we can set up, hopefully, for later on.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Sorry about that turn. Took a while.
You figured it out.
I thought I had enough mana to Ugin through the dispute. It turns out I was 1 short.
Yep. So now you can just do stuff next turn. Ugin me next turn or something. That'd be pretty good. And now how can I get out of this? Well, I don't think playing fires is very good. Fires into something is not really that strong just because you can just Ugin away my board, which is pretty terrifying. Let's go with a main phase Omen of the Sea.
And then a 5th land and buy Yorion?
Yeah, maybe. Right, I think I'll keep this card on top and bottom this and just pass to you.
No land. So you can dispute a blue spell, but not non-blue cards.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I will tap this Lotus Field for green.
Yep.
Balagan Recovery, the Mastermind's Acquisition.
Yep.
Then tap this Lotus Field for black, get the extra green. Acquisition from my side.
I will counter that.
Draws all his counter spells.
Yeah, I kept it on top, and I didn't get a land.
Play Temple of Mystery.
Okay.
Scry. Oh my god, I was going to have it all set up too. Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't even supposed to stroke that, just to stroke whatever the target you get, but then you could just get thought distortion, and that would really mess me up.
So let's bottom that and then pass the turn.
All right.
Guess my new plan is to make a 2/2 and hope that kills Narset.
All right, I think I have to pull the trigger here. I'll play Fires.
Yep.
And Zika's Chariot to get some cats, and I'll pass to you.
And now it's going to be about drawing another recovery or a dig, something like that. Oh, okay. They were the same card.
Okay.
Needed you earlier. So at this point, my wolf doesn't do anything.
Yep, wolf is not bad.
So I'll just pass the turn.
All right. Untap, a draw. My hand is continuing to get quite awkward.
How quickly can you kill me?
Yeah, that's a good question. All right, I'll crew an attack. Copy.
I go to 16.
Copycat.
I guess you need a 5th land to play the Yorion. That's something that really pressures me.
And I don't have it. So,
yeah, that would be 14 next turn.
I got a Narset, though.
Yep.
Okay. I will activate. 2, 3, 4. Is that good? Not bad, I guess. I'll get Mythos of Aluna. And I'm going to cast Mythos on your temple.
Sure.
Okay, so I have a Benny Smith land, do some scrying. I'll keep that, and then I will buy Yorion. Pass to you.
That actually does some things.
Uh-oh. Things and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that cage has been quite good.
So I'll Sylvan Scrying, floating 2 blue, I guess.
Okay.
Get the Blast Zone.
Okay.
I will play it.
Okay.
I will use the mana floating and those 2 lands to add 2 counters to it.
Okay.
I will then tap this other Lotus Field to play Hidden Strings.
Uh-oh.
Floating a blue. Untap the Enchanted Lotus Field in the Blast Zone.
Okay, you're doing it.
So that's blue floating.
Okay.
Now, this is going to be 4 mana. That'll put me to 5. I'll have 2 floating from this. Notably, the Haven will also die. Got to keep track of that.
Yep.
So I'll have 2 floating.
Or why does the Haven die?
Because it's CMC 2.
It's
no, it's 3. Yeah, I can't count.
Yep.
So the question is whether or not I want to use this other Hidden Strings, and if I'm going to have enough mana with this pour after I kill the Narset to then Ugin off of a wish. So do I get to 16 mana? Because I need 4 to sack the Blast Zone and 12 to wish for and cast Ugin. So right now I have untapped this Blast Zone. And this
you have
floating 1.
Yeah.
So this is 4, this is 1, so that gets me to 6.
I can't imagine it wouldn't be correct, or wouldn't not be correct to just say go and end step, because what if I have another Narset, you know?
Well, if I get to do it this turn, I might as well just pour and try to do it this turn. So that's the question. So this gets me to 6. Hidden Strings is going to net 5. That puts me to 11. Pour is going to net... this is 7. It gets me to 13. I needed 16, right?
Okay.
So it's not enough. And if that is the case, then I do think I just pass the turn with the Blast Zone on 3.
Good to me. All right, so I'll untap. Because if I had another Narset, it's just kind of a train wreck for you.
Yeah, but if I can just do it all in one turn, then I'll just go for it now.
True. So I'll activate. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And next turn will be my big turn.
Yep, I do think I want a land here. Yeah, I have really no way to deal with Cage once it's resolved with this list where I cut Detention Sphere, but not like D-Sphere would be that good right now.
It's possible that getting the Cage was greedy too. I could have just gotten the Ugin immediately and then next turn cast
I think the Cage was pretty good.
Yeah, it ends up looking quite good.
Yeah, the Cage was quite strong. Okay. So... So now the question is, do I have anything that I can cycle into? And I guess there is one thing that I could do that could lead me down a cool path at least. And that is if I can find a... I'm going to cycle. If I could find a Mythos, I could actually have control magic on your turn. Or counter magic on your turn. Because I can cast Yorion and Mythos it out. Because I have the Yorion in hand. So if I can find that, it will be cool. If not, then that play doesn't really work. So now I will play this land. I'll play Birth to get a land. And then I'll play the Yorion.
Do you want to attack first with the Chariot?
I'm going to... Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So crew with 2 cats, attack me for 6.
Crew with the shark. So I can get in for an extra 2.
Get in for 8. Make another shark.
Yeah, 6, 10. Yep, that works. And then Yorion.
I'm at 8. Gonna get 2 more cats with that. Blinking this.
Yep. I get another planes, which doesn't even matter. I won't do it. This comes back.
I will, of course, wait for it to come back before last zoning, and you
bottom, draw, bottom. That would have been kind of sweet. Bottom those, draw, and then, destroy this, and you do your thing.
Okay, that was not good.
Yep, and it doesn't matter what my hand is. It's all up to you.
Float 2 blue and cast Pour.
Okay.
Untap these 2, discard Botanical Sanctum.
Okay.
Play Temple of Mystery and Scry.
Uh-oh.
That's there.
Uh-oh.
That stays there.
You've been taking that one, huh?
So I have 2 mana floating. Let's go up to 6.
Okay.
Cycle Vizier, untap here. So I have 4 mana floating.
Okay, I had to discard.
I don't think the colors matter.
No.
2 mana floating, I'll dig.
Was it a dig?
Yeah. So here it does matter because I have Balagad Recovery. So let's just get rid of bad cards.
Okay.
And like I said, I have 2 mana floating. Exile. Let's, guess I can exile a Recovery. We'll leave the Blast Zone just in case. Who knows? This turn might end with me just Uganing Corey's board, and then a later Recovery could do something.
That would be still pretty powerful.
So, like I said, I had 2 mana after the Pour resolved, and then went up to 6, went down to 4. Yeah, I have 2 mana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Seven. So...
Did you find the goods?
I just found more looks at it. We're definitely going to take a Pour, and the question is if I want second Pour or Balagad Recovery. So is it going to be better for me to recover a dig or Pour again? I think I have enough mana, because I haven't even used the strings yet, that I'd rather have a Recovery.
Okay.
Not sure if that's right.
Seems decent either way.
I guess I can also recover the acquisition. Yeah, definitely want Recovery.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 left. Let's go up to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Down to 4.
Untap, yep.
Discard Yavimaya Coast.
Okay.
Now, how many cards are in my library? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I have 27. And I found a Fae of Wishes, which is pretty good. These 2 cards suck. So I have 4 mana in pool of varying types. This gets me to 6. This is 7. That gets me to 13.
Yeah,
so
I'm guessing I'm dead here.
So I can Granted for the Peer into the Abyss and draw 14 cards and still have 2 mana left for Hidden Strings. So I essentially have 7 mana.
Okay. Because your whole point, you want a deck so you can kill me with Jace, right?
Yes.
Like, that's your goal, to kill me. Otherwise, Ugin is like your backup play right now.
So I will Granted for, I have 2 in pool.
Yeah.
I had 4 in pool, right?
Yep.
So Granted with that, Pier with these. I have 27 cards, so I draw 14.
Yeah.
And I go to 4.
Okay.
I lose half my life. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 14.
Okay, so 4, 8, 11. So you're down to 4 mana in pool?
No, I used all of it. I'm just down to this.
Oh, okay.
But now I get the hidden strings, untap these two Lotus Fields.
Okay.
Then I will...
I hope so badly that you lose this game still. It'd be so funny.
I don't think I'm losing. Go up to 7, down to 5 mana floating of various types.
Yep.
Untap them again. Go up to 12, down to 10.
Let me just see your hand. Yeah, you win. I concede. You've done it.
I have 13 cards. I have 10 mana in pool. I have another Pier.
Yeah. That's really all you need is Pier. Then you can get recovery to get pour over the pages, and then you'll be able to deck yourself and then get Jace.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to 8 mana strategic planning.
That game was still quite close, The cage, though, just absolutely wrecked me. Otherwise, I was going to definitely Void Winnower you.
Yeah, I was going to go through my entire deck.
Oh, yeah, you win. All right, well, you did your thing that time, and it looked a lot cooler.
Yeah. It did look much cooler that time.
It did give me the vibes of just the Breach deck we played in the past, and it always came with some awkwardness. It always came with some, some unsureness, but it seems like a powerful deck.
To me, I think that the list in particular is not built with Narset in mind. There's no bounce spell anywhere. There's no easy, cheap answer to a Narset in the sideboard to wish for or in the main deck to dig for. And this version without the Breach engine is even more vulnerable to Narset, and they were already vulnerable to that. And your big payoff is Peer into the Abyss, so you're 3 times more vulnerable to Narset.
And there's not many Narsets, so it's just the Luca decks.
So it's pretty clear to me that if you're worried about this matchup at all, you should have some sort of 1 or 2 mana answer somewhere, either in your main deck or sideboard, to find with Mastermind's Acquisition and or Fey of Wishes to cleanly take a Narset off the battle.
Yeah, even Into the Royal is fine, just bounce it and then go off. But
my guess is you want, I guess if you are worried about this matchup, you also are worried about Void Winnower. So you want a 1 mana answer that can potentially answer both. Maybe those are 2 different cards, 2 different things that you need.
Yeah.
The awkward part is that Void Winnower shuts down both of your wishes. Yeah. Granted,
that's the problem.
Has CMC 4, and so is Acquisition, so you can't put it in your sideboard.
Yeah.
And you can't dig for it in your main deck because that's 8. You can pour. Yeah. And you can cycle Vizier. But you can't strategic plan either.
You have to main deck and unsummon or something, which is kind of awkward. But I guess you can still sideboard it and then just side it in. That's the thing you can do. So
and cool against most lists that are all in on Transmogrify, you can have it in your sideboard and wish for it early to shut that down. At that point, you're just getting cage.
Yeah,
that's true. That's not a big deal. But there's definitely some things this deck can do to be a little bit more prepared against the Narset specifically. That was actually, I think, the biggest thing.
Yeah,
I have answers to stop the engine that you have with Luca and that stuff, but just really had no answer to Narset, and it shuts down so much of what this deck is doing.
Yeah, no, that was brutal, but still pretty fun games, I must say. That was pretty close. But you took down the show. Marbles for you, so well played. But we're a little past schedule. Let's thank some subs. We'll thank some sponsors. We're gonna head out.
All right, we had 1 sub today, Goblin Fanatic. So thank you to all of our subs.
Nice.
And thank you for that support from Goblin Fanatic. If you would like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And if your opponent is comboing off on you and you at least just want to have a comfy chair, we got your back here on this one. You can head over to carnox.com/SCG and get yourself 10% off one of these awesome gaming chairs.
And our final sponsor is Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection at coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase there as well.
Absolutely. This is one of the hot new ones I got. Look at these colors. That is just gorgeous. This Atomic Blonde shirt is awesome.
I've even cracked open the latest package. I'm excited.
Well, this is it. It's gorgeous. So, all right, next up, we got some new stuff coming out. We got some new sets coming out, so something to talk about here. First, we got Time Spiral pre-orders are still going on now. You know, all of those cards have been released, but now if you want to actually just pick them up, SCG's got a very convenient place to do it. You can go to www.starcitygames.com/previews to check out all these Time Spiral pre-orders there, as well as, I cannot believe it's already happening and we're already here, but Strixhaven can already be pre-ordered now. You know, we're getting somewhat close to another set, which awesome, but you know, it feels like it just happened already, which is kind of wild. But if you want to pick up some of these or pre-order some of these sealed products, right now it's just sealed products. Of course, we don't have any singles, so you can't pre-order those, but go to starcitygames.com/STX to get all your Strixhaven needs.
Yeah, and if you are looking to pick up a little cash or store credit to pre-order those sweet cards and sealed product, you can sell your cards to SCG. The process has never been easier because there's so many options to do it. You can send your cards into SCG and have them take care of it. You can use the buy list on the website. You can make an appointment to come in person, and if your collection is big enough, SCG just might come to you.
Yep. Pretty sweet there. Really nice ways to be able to still sell your cards, even though we can't go to SCGs or you know, any kind of Magic Fest or anything like that.
And you do get a 30% store credit bonus on those trade-ins, so take advantage of that if you are looking to pick up some Time Spiral Remastered or really anything on the website.
Yeah, even better. And we do have the SCG online tour going on this weekend as well. Another standard event. It's going to be sweet. We have the satellites going Friday and Saturday for each day. If you go 4-2 or better, you will be qualified for the Strixhaven Championship qualifier on Sunday. And if you go 5-1 or 6-0, you will be getting a bye or 2 buys into that Sunday tournament. And those Sunday tournaments are large, so buys definitely help. So even worth it to, if you qualify, play again, try to get a bye. You know, I've done that in the past as well. Because
also just good testing to be able to get some more reps in a tournament environment.
Exactly. Good streaming opportunities if you're a streamer as well. That was always my kind of pull to it. But yeah, check out starcitygames.com/SCG tour online for more details on that.
And our final order of business is the SCG weekly sale. This week's is going to be 15% off all foils. So if you are a fan of the shinies, this week is for you. Be sure to take advantage of it while you can. That sale is going to be going on until Monday at 10:59 a.m. Eastern Time. So still got several days to peruse the wares and pick up some nice foil cards for your decks, for your cubes, whatever.
Awesome. Absolutely. And that's going to do it for our show, y'all. Next week on Tuesday, we don't exactly have a solid plan yet, but keep an eye on our Twitters, me and Ross's Twitter accounts. We really want to be interacting with all of y'all. You've been giving us such good decks at this point.
Spirit decks was awesome.
Yeah, we should just take all the decks from them. They're so good at this already. Yeah, so
it's working better than your deck.
Yeah, hey, we got one. I'll take it. Honestly, getting one on a hate show where we're trying to hate against a deck, I'm happy with that. Not so bad. So keep an eye on our Twitters over the weekend. We might be asking for format suggestions, deck suggestions, all that stuff. And we're just hungry for all these Twitter followers. So that's the main reason, really. So, all right, everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching this special Pioneer Gauntlet show. So for Corey, Ross, and Rob, we will see you Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.